So it's gonna pop up when I do it automatically, or
Yeah, you'll see yourself. You'll see yourself here in a second. We're getting this thing kicked off.
it says T Money, a streaming talk show and podcast. Oh,
That's what we're gonna be doing.
T Money. I like this vibe though.
Who doesn't like this vibe?
Tell me
Who
one
doesn't
person
like this
who
vibe?
doesn't. One person doesn't like feeling cool. Oh, I see you.
All right, so we're about to get started. We're about to do something new on the T Money Twitch channel, which is we're gonna take a podcast format. We're gonna be interviewing a dear friend of mine, El Husky Unicorn, Pedro, the Wildcat himself. He's gonna be making some interesting life choices. We'll get into it here in a minute, but we're gonna give it a little bit for folks to come online, join us, and then we'll get into the meat and potatoes of the conversation. In the meantime, we're gonna be enjoying some tequila,
Some tequila, some
some
cazadores,
some
acai.
acai bowls.
And actually 2 types of tequila. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So be prepared.
So now we got a view here. We got a view of the man himself.
It's a trip.
Mm. Mm.
Do you have a delay on your end? Is there gonna be like?
No, there's no delay. So you're seeing a delay because I'm broadcasting out and then it's coming back to your computer.
Okay, cool.
But for like you can hear me with no delay, right?
No, yeah, you're clean.
Okay.
I guess for
So-
me, I just shouldn't pay attention to this because
You know, we should we can just kind of like
yeah,
turn it
talk
like
yeah. Because this would, I would get like ADD and start like.
Oh, we got our first homie up in the chat. Gorilla Gang. That's Dean.
Dean! Big Dean or Little Dean? Little Dean?
Yeah.
What up, Little Dean?
Little Dean, who's bigger than most people. Dean.
Yeah, he's not little at all. Just see his dad. And now he's Lean Dean.
Lean Dean.
Lean Dean.
Lean Dean. Nah, so let's just start rolling into it. So
Yeah.
So Pedro here, he made a life choice. He preface everything here. He's been talking about this for what? How many years now?
It's been in my mind for like 2 solid years. And the whole like van life and all that stuff has always been something that like it sounds very cool. And as you know, like our boy Kuz, he has always been into Sprinter vans, right? And my goal was like, oh, I kind of want to do that too. But he brought up a valid point one time where it's like, it's actually very noisy and annoying living in one of those things. So I was like, well, I kind of still want to have that nomad life, but not have to worry about that and do other stuff. So I was like, I can get an RV. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. And kind of go from there. So kind of, there's certain things that happened the last year that I wasn't doing. Then I was like, nah, I totally changed.
We'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll get into that stuff. Yeah.
So basically, Pedro here, what he's done is he's sold his house.
Yeah, I had a 3-bedroom townhome I bought in 2009. Nice. I had a lot of stuff. It was just me, single,
Yeah.
no kids.
Occasional roommate.
Occasional roommate here and there, but I had my own house, like very comfortable, I had it set up very nice and chill, and kind of just sold it.
Got rid of it.
Got rid of it. Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, Tizzo? Thank you for coming and hanging out with us tonight. We got Cheetos in the house. We're gonna
the Cheeto crew.
we're gonna be talking. We're talking with the Cheetos, talking about like how we all know each other. We're gonna kind of get into that a little bit tonight too. So yeah, sold the townhome, sold pretty much most of the stuff that you had in your house.
Yeah, I've had so much things. So it's either the Goodwill next to my house came up real good. A bunch of friends did too. And then also my parents, I gave them a bunch of my stuff, but it was, got rid of all of it.
I did see a lot of the stuff that you took to your parents' house. Like you hooked them up with computer desk. Like
My mom has
it was like Christmas at
They're like
Casa del
90% of the nation right now. They have
Yeah.
3 screens, dope computers. She has a Chromebook. And I feel like my mom's going to be a coder by next year at this time.
Nice.
Definitely developing some stuff. Watch out, Google.
So, sold all your stuff, sold your house. How did you decide? Well, like first of all, like how did you just decide like what stays and what goes? Like from like clothes perspective and all that stuff. Like what did you do to kind of downsize?
What I think the biggest thing was like, what do I really need? The essentials, and then also I definitely needed just to kind of get rid of a bunch of stuff. I guess I have like somewhat of a hoarder mentality on certain things, and I go when
I think we all do.
I think we do, but like I wanted to go visit my parents, right? And they've kept everything. So I'm like, oh, I think I kind of do that too. Because I grew up, we didn't grow up poor, but I didn't get everything I wanted when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Or wanted. My parents were freaking amazing. I got everything. I was a third brother, so I got hand-me-downs. So it was like, I never really had the mindset of like, I want the new Jordans because I got my brother's new cool kicks, and I was happy with that. So I think I was never like that kind of person, but I just kept a bunch of stuff. It was a bunch of crap. Not crap, but just a bunch of stuff like sentimental value. Yeah. And I'm always a person where I might use it someday. Or I could put that one screw somewhere else and use it someday. So I like just kept stuff. So, and if you know me, I got a bunch of like outdoorsy stuff. Paddleboards, kayaks, setups for outside, canopies,
Gym equipment,
tons of equipment, and then your rack that you let me borrow.
So let me preface this a little bit. This dude had a straight up bachelor pad.
He was nice.
Like he converted like the extra, like what would be considered, I would think, like the dinette area.
Yeah.
So it was like a gym / storage room for like the kayaks,
my bikes,
the bikes.
Yeah.
I mean, it was ridiculous. You walked in and you're like, I'm 99.9999999% sure a dude lives here.
Yeah. You're like, there is no kids and probably not a girl involved in this part right now.
No, there's no way. He's got his college football jersey on the wall.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's a big dick energy right there. But so, real quick chat. Crispy Korean, identify yourself. I'm thinking.
I know who it is.
Who is it?
It's Hogan.
Hogan.
You know my boy Hogan, my old roommate.
Oh, okay.
U of P. Is that you, Hogan?
And then we got Tizzo in the chat too. So, again, thanks guys for coming out, hanging out with us. So, real quick, let's start before we get into like the whole decision making process, the Nomad Life, like all the stuff that you're going to be doing in the next couple years. And let's just start with Pedro. Where'd you grow up? Like, because we started talking about your parents, right? You talk about small town, growing up a little bit poor, and then again, like we can probably talk a little bit about how we met and for sure. How we became friends and such.
So I guess I'm from a small town, Douglas, and down southeast Arizona. 4 brothers. We're 4 boys. Mom is from Douglas and kind of odd by that too.
It is Hogan, by the way.
Is it? I didn't know.
What up?
I knew it. And my dad is from actually Mexico, Guadalajara, and he immigrated over here. Met my mom when they were 18, like got married when they're 18, did the whole thing, and they're kind of a tiny little reason I kind of want to do this nomad life because like when they were younger and for newly married, they traveled everywhere. Like they tell me stories where they've gone like literally, they'll get a hair on Friday night and drive to like Hermosillo or somewhere in Mexico or in California and just drive and go check it out and then come back by Monday. I'm like, what? And we used to do that as kids too. Like we used to have vans and just throw us in there, get a docena de huevos, hard-boiled eggs, some tortillas, some limon and sal, and freaking that was our breakfast going up, and frijoles, and just we'll go drive like to the Grand Canyon or somewhere crazy. We'll be back by the next day, type of deal. So they kind of have that like nomad life, kind of just drive and go somewhere.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm from, Douglas, Arizona. Small town. We have 1 high school, 2 middle schools. We had stoplights. So people always joke, "You have stoplights?" It's like, yes, you have freaking stoplights. But it was like in the border town of Agua So I don't think like you grew up in a small town, right?
Yeah.
So it wasn't really that kind of thing because you go across the border. You literally walked across the border and you could see Mexico from my house.
Yeah.
and there's like bars, clubs. We used to go out on.
Excellent.
Hey, thanks for the follow, Tiz.
Nice. And we used to go to Arpeta and go to the clubs when I was like, I started going out when I was 12 with my brothers. My mom and dad actually let me. It was weird. I'm like, okay. They actually like, I was like, nobody tell my mom this, by the way.
Hold up.
Nobody tell my mom this, but they used to tell my mom, my thing was, I could tell my mom, like, Mom, let me go take care of my brothers. Let me watch out for them. And I honestly, I did go.
You're such a scoundrel.
Yeah,
man.
I was, dude. I was negotiating the whole time. And I was honestly going to, like, 'cause I love my brothers. I was like,
Yeah.
I'll go take care of them, stuff
Yeah.
like that. But then they got me involved in, like, dancing, drinking, and all that stuff. And so, like, it was interesting. Like,
It's all your brother's fault.
it's
That's what
all my
you said.
brother's fault. I was totally a bad, good influence. And so it was cool growing up in Douglas. It was a normal small town. Like,
Yeah.
in high school, we used to go, like, for prom, go across the line, go drink, and have some fun, and come back and go back over to the clubs.
Oh yeah.
Like, who does that as a, like, high school?
So I mean, anybody who went to college in Southern Arizona,
it was like Nogales. It's
like
basically-
you know what we're talking about here, right? So you go down. I mean, everyone if you're white at U of A, you called it nogi.
Yep.
but yeah, you could drink when you're what is it, 16, 18, something like
So
that.
if you look 12, you'd be okay. Usually everybody have fake IDs and stuff like that.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it was a racket. It was insane. So we used to go like I remember going on Wednesday night, penny beers, all you can drink type of deal. So it was like that was my high school. That was growing up.
Yeah.
I was very disciplined, so I played all the sports. So
Okay.
small town, all brothers.
Yeah.
Like my mom, it's funny. My mom was a jock. My dad is the nerd
Okay.
in the family. So I guess talking to my mom, she told me that my dad didn't want us to play sports because he wanted to focus on school. My dad's been working since he was freaking 10, like literally grinding, cutting. Here's a barber.
Mm-hmm.
He started cutting hair since he was 10, and that's all his family. Like came from humble beginnings, and so his thing was like education. My dad's like the smartest Mexican I know that has, I think, a high school education, if that. And this dude owned his own business for 30 years, put all his sons through college. And this dude, he's done some stuff. My mom,
Right.
too. My mom's totally like a nerd and a goofball. So I get that a lot from her. But so, like, he was all education, read books. Mom's like, has like a bunch of brothers, and she played volleyball and softball and was a jock. And she was the one that's like, nah, they're going to play sports. So, like, they threw us at everything. Swimming, rollerblade hockey, basketball, football, and all kinds of stuff. So that was kind of a thing where it happened.
And I'll tell you one thing, chat. So this dude, Husky Unicorn, I mean, he's a college D1 athlete, so that says something right there. But this dude, for his size and stature, has a motor like of a much smaller man. And so anytime that you
We work
do
out.
anything that's workout or cardio related, this dude is just slaying it. So so we got some more additions to the chat. We got Tizzo in here now. We got Mizzo.
Oh, got Bizzo.
We
A
got
fam?
a
Is that a
fam.
Faminator?
We got a fam.
A fam Daisy?
A fam. We were just talking about you earlier over lunch. We were saying the world needs more fams.
Yeah.
That was one.
That
takeaway.
that was a
one
great takeaway. That felt good.
from the combo.
A fam.
man.
We need more review, man.
Yeah, we need more fams. in
More
this world.
fammies.
Fellas, thanks for hanging out. And
Appreciate you guys joining.
for those that don't know the Cheeto crew, a lot of the names that we're throwing out there right there, this is a close group of friends that we all went to college in Southern Arizona together.
You know, it's funny, but we weren't really close
but
friends
we weren't
in college.
well, some of us were.
Yeah, that's true. Very true. But I think, like, I definitely was not part of that true friend stuff. I was acquaintances because my best friend Alan knew all y'all. Like, I kind of like forced myself upon all y'all, and it kind of like, it became a good thing. And we
Yeah.
gotta talk about how we met, but
Yeah,
let's talk about it later.
You gotta turn the mic just a little bit towards you.
Towards me.
No, the spin it
The spin. Okay,
the other way, that way.
this way.
Yep, perfect.
Okay. All right.
So, yeah, little Tiz, Gorilla Gang knows the Cheeto story I told him. So we won't get into that. We don't need to broadcast that on the internet.
Why?
but
Why I gotta put that out there, man?
why we're called Cheetos? But anyway, so Pedro, high school athlete, humble beginnings, Douglas, Arizona, border town.
So Pedro,
Whoa. See, look, there he is.
There you go.
And so then you go to college.
Yeah, I got D1 scholarship, full ride. My junior year in high school, played football.
Mm-hmm.
We ended up playing a lot of small town 4A school. We ended up playing a lot of. We played Tucson. That's how we played. So we ended up playing a bunch of the U of A football coaches' sons in that, right? So one year, coolest thing, and this has happened a lot in my life, and I'm very grateful for it. But I've had a lot of people be like, you should go do this, or like really kind of mentors and other people that have actually looked out for me and give me recommendations. So I'm like, my freshman high school coach told me like, go to the U of A camp, and I was like, I would love to, but I don't think we can afford it. Like I'm cool. I'm thinking that good and stuff like that. But he's like, no, you got to go. I'm like, I would love to, but I don't want to ask my dad, and this and that. And it wasn't because he couldn't do it. It was more like, I don't want to put that kind of stress on somebody. Right. You know what I mean? Like that don't need to. And I don't think I was that good anyways. But he's like, you know what? I'll pay for it and just go. Just get there. I'm like, all right, cool. So talked to my dad. My dad's like, if you're okay with it, I'm okay with it. So I ended up going to like a U of A football camp and met a bunch of the coaches. I had fun, was killing it in the camp. And I met Aquino was the starting quarterback for Mountain View High School. And his dad was the head defensive coach at U of A. So they killed us. They didn't kill us, but they kind of did when they played us. But I knocked out like 5 of their players. I almost killed his son like twice. Like
I love how you're so competitive that 20 some years later, you're like, they didn't kill it.
But they got it. Yeah, they kind of murdered some of our players. But like for me, like I knocked out like 5 of their players, and his son actually I knocked him out for a little bit, and he got back up. But he came up to me. He's like, "You're Limon, huh?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "You almost killed my son." I was like, that happens. He's like, "What are you doing next year?" I was like, "Going to my junior year of high school." He's like, "Okay, we got to get your number." I was like, "All right, cool, whatever." Like I ain't no shit, right? And sure as shit, next couple of weeks they called me, hit me up, invited me to all the football games. So I took my best friend Robert. So I got 2 best friends, Alan and Robert.
Yep.
By the way, and you met them both.
Yep.
And I took him to so many U of A games, and he's an ASU fan, poor guy. But he also did take me to my first college football game against ASU U of A, so I kind of got to give him credit for that.
Yeah.
But I took Robert to so many games. So we went to like every football game. I was like, "Can I get tickets?" They're like, "Yeah, come by." So I used to just drive down there and watch all the games. So my junior year, they offered me full ride. Like during baseball season, they called me up in the office, the principal's office, and I thought I was in trouble.
Yeah.
And they're like, U of A wants to tell you something. I was like, all right. So Coach Tomey was a coach there, and he's like, "Hey, we want to offer you a full ride scholarship." Dick Tomey. And he got on the phone. He's like, "We would like to offer you a full ride scholarship." I was like, "I'm a junior, right? Like usually this happens to seniors." He's like, "Yeah, we want you. You want to do it?" I was like, "I want to say yes, but I should probably talk to my parents first." And they're like, "Yeah, it's probably a good idea." So literally like hung up with them, called my mom and dad. I'm like, "Dad, U of A is gonna offer me a full ride scholarship. What do you think?" He's like, "Do you want to go?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, I want to go. Is it cool with you guys?" He's like, "Yeah." I said yes. I'm like, "All right, cool." So I hung up with him. Like I didn't even say bye. I hung up with him and had my coach call the Dick Tomey, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm down." So it was cool. It was like an awesome experience. And my senior year, like I had 0 stress. I think a lot of players stress out and about trying to get a scholarship or trying to play somewhere.
Sure.
And I was just like, I just played, and I played every sport, and it was so much fun.
There's something to be said about that, right?
Yeah.
Like just not having that level of expectations and just going out there and playing.
Yeah, being in the flow state. You know what I mean? Being able to like not have any distractions, being able just to play and have fun. And there was also another level of like, and I don't know if it's competitiveness, but it's also like you have to level up.
Yeah.
Like you have to step it up. You have to faster, stronger, smarter, this and that. Like that was something that I just came to me. I don't think it came to me, but my dad and my older brother is very competitive.
It's definitely in part of your personality for sure.
Yeah, I think it's ingrained, but it's also taught and learned by your surroundings, right?
Yeah, I mean, as most things is your personality. It's like your personality is a whole bunch of different life experiences and learnings and things like that. So
yeah. So it was it was interesting my freshman year or my senior year, and then I got all-star. I went to all-star game and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Literally, after like we went to like a spring or senior trip in Peñasco, and I was like sweating alcohol, but like the next day I had to go like to the all-star game. It was not good, but I was still training. I was like on the beach like running and doing sprints and all that. But I was like, ugh. But
man,
but it was fun. That was dope.
The things we do to ourselves.
I don't know.
Man.
As a young kid, oh my god. Now I'd be like, I'll probably still kind of do that dumb shit, but I would not be bouncing back. I would not be at 100% or even performing. I'd just be out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's I guess
that's a pretty cool story though, about how like when you called your parents, you really wanted to know like what they thought about the situation, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's cool. It says a lot about the relationship that you had with your parents. Like, I know that I definitely would have told my parents about like, scholarships or opportunities like that. I guess I mean, maybe I'm selling a little bit short.
I think you would have done the same thing. You would have
yeah.
reached out.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
it was, again, a situation that I never went through. Like, and I was a young kid. I didn't make...
And that's a huge life decision.
Yeah, it's fucking huge.
And the other cool thing about that, too, is just like, when you're young and you're just coming up, like now, being our age and me, like having two boys and just like thinking about if they came to me to tell me that they had a full scholarship for anything, right? It's just how proud of a moment that would be.
Yeah.
It's just a cool experience, and to think that like you didn't even have the context to be like, asking him if it was okay, like,
yes.
Is it okay that I was
you understand the gravity of like
successful?
Yeah. And you know what's funny though, like, so as of a couple of years ago, not a couple of years, actually it's been a while, like 10 years plus actually, mom almost passed away. So she has congenital heart failure. She's had a bunch of health issues. Strong as hell, feisty as hell, but arthritis, all stuff's kicking her butt. So we got this situation where as being a Latino Mexicano, like there's certain things you don't ask your parents.
Yeah.
Like and maybe the word respect is a thing on that part where like you don't ask them certain questions. There's certain topics you don't bring up, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like there's this trip I had to take my mom to a doctor's appointment where I was like, I really don't know this woman next to me. I love her to death, but there's a lot of stuff I just don't know about her. Like her upbringing, how she was, if she thought, like, if she feels successful. Because I was in it was during my MBA program, and I was in like a leadership development program.
Yeah.
And then this dude like totally like messed with my mind in the most best way possible. But it made me question, like, what's your purpose? What are you doing in life? Like that kind of shit, like some heavy stuff. And also, like, what's your definition of success type of shit?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, like, I was, like, totally grilling my mom about the same shit. And the crazy, like, so one, the fact that she almost died, like, made me say, like, fuck it. Start asking hard questions now. What's the worst you can do? Slap me and hate me? Cool. But at least I feel like, end of the day, I at least had the balls to ask my mom. And again, in a respectful way.
Yeah.
But ask the hard questions that most people don't ask your parents, right? Especially in Latinos, like Mexicanos, there's certain stuff you don't talk about. So like we're driving right down Cerro Vista. Like if anybody's driven down Cerro Vista from Tucson, there is a McDonald's in a corner with like a giant Tyrannosaurus Rex or something on there, right?
Yeah.
So just past that. And I remember it was like a nice, cool, sunny day. And I just turned around and started asking her like some deep questions about like, do you love my dad? What do you think about this and that? Like, it's some deep shit. And my mom's not one to hold back. Like, she is cutthroat, real straight to the point, doesn't bullshit. So, like, the craziest question I asked her, or the one that hit me the hardest, was, like, I asked my mom, like, do you feel you've been successful in life? And the first damn thing she said was, you know what? You boys have done pretty good. Yeah. So, like, I was her parameter. All the boys were her parameters. It wasn't like, yes, I dunked it. I benched 500 pounds.
And that just goes, like, my mom was the same way.
That's bananas,
like,
bro.
Her entire life was her kids.
Yeah.
Right? So, and that just, people who can, like, live their entire lives so that others can have
a better
life. That's an incredible thing.
Bro.
And that's mothers, but I know not like my mom. And it sounds like not like your mom, you know? So that's like not every mother's gonna just reflect. That's gonna be the first response.
Yeah, bro, that was the thing that floored me. Was like, no, I was like, that's your first fucking. And then me, I was like early 20s, super selfish, all about me type of bullshit. So I was being like, I was waiting for my mom to say like, well, I did this in my job. I got this kind of. Hell no, it was us. And I was like,
you guys turned out all right.
I was like, what the? It blew me off. It blew my mind so much, but also like made so much sense and how they raised us and stuff like that. But also give me like another definition of what a parent is, right? It's like another thing about. It's not about you. Like anytime I talk to you, to Alan, to all my good friends that have kids, like freaking Hogan and Aaron and stuff like that, the way they speak about their children and the motivation they get from it and the responsibility, like it's bananas. I'm always like, that is fucking dope. Like it's heavy, but it's like a cool heavy in a way.
Yeah.
So like when I talk to you guys, I was like, when I see you guys just actually see what you guys do, I'm always like taking notes, mental notes all the time. Like hopefully someday I have kids. Yeah. And if I do, I'm gonna be like, oh shit. I mean, one time Tony did this. It fucking makes total sense why you did that. Or they like shit like Alan does with Sophia and Carter and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm blown away, dude. How you guys handle that. But again, ties back to my mom's comment. I'm like, okay, it makes sense. I get that. It makes total sense. But yeah, I don't know where I'm going with all this. By the way.
No. So like we're having this conversation so that we can kind of get an idea of who you are and kind of what makes you tick.
Yeah.
So then we can talk about your upcoming
the next adventure,
what you want to get out of it, and what it is and why you did it. You know. So
yeah.
So let's talk about it a little bit. So we talked a little bit about the whole appeal of the van life, talking to Kuzi and about the Sprinter vans. I know we've talked about it a bunch, and it really is like a liberating and kind of freeing idea to just be like, I'm going to live on the road. I'm not going to like be tied into this rat race. I'm going to work, but it's just going to be in a different capacity. I'm going to see some things. And I love the fact that you recognize where you are in your life, right? Like, and you've always been the kind of dude that like wants to optimize, right?
Yeah.
I want to optimize X, Y, or Z. And almost to the point where like, sometimes I hear like your thought process about it and I'm like, bro, like it's crazy, but in a good way. And this I think is a piece of that, right? Right now you're in a unique point in your life, right? Like you're like good job, no kids, you know, you have some freedoms. So like so much of like when I see young people, and we're not old, but like people that are just starting their lives, and you know, I got married young. You know, I made some choices young, and I don't regret anything I did. But at the same time, like, there's something about taking advantage of certain periods or, I guess, seasons of your life. Yeah. And trying to maximize those, because, you know, it's YOLO, bro. Like, you only live once. Yeah. You have to kind of like.
You kind of gotta seize the moment sometimes.
Yes.
And you gotta like. Certain things are like you got to listen to the omens that the world gives you, right? Yeah. It's like the Don Quixote book, The Alchemist. Yeah. Like that book is, I think, the biggest things I got out for that book is like just sit back and just see what the world tells you, kind of shit. Like, listen, look at the omens, and then go with them or try to do something with them, type of deal. And I think I've always been kind of that person where I feel things out and kind of like, oh, there's an opportunity here. Let's fucking do it. Check it out. And I don't think I do it like head first blindly. I definitely am very strategic. It's like my project manager in me where like I try to mitigate risk as much as possible. I try to make things as smart as possible. But there's also an element of like, fuck it. You got to just sometimes jump into the white space and let it get a little weird. So a lot of this is that to a certain extent. But a lot of it too is, again, been kind of planning it for 2 years. And then I just so happened to get really close with a coworker of mine that's a site tech, super smart, ex-military, super into RV life, has his own RV, stuff like that. So like we nerd out all the time. He gets tons of recommendations. And that kind of started the Tinder again of like, oh, I can do this right now. Because the plan was always 2 years ago. I bought this house for an investment. 100%. That's all. It wasn't the perfect layout. It was either going to be like, I'm going to Airbnb it or sell it for a profit and level up in another house or whatever, invest in it.
Yeah.
And the goal was after spring train of this year, 2020,
Yeah.
sell it. Because all the research I did was after spring training, everybody wants to move here because, there's tons of tourists that come down for watching baseball, stuff like that. But then there's pinchy COVID that happened and fucked up all kinds of plans, and it didn't happen. Also, I was really serious with this one girl, and I really thought like
she was the one.
I thought she was the one. I thought I was gonna make some babies. We talked about it. Get married.
Bro, we talked about it.
We did.
I mean, that's how far along it was.
Yeah.
We talked about it.
Yeah.
Right?
I was talking to you and Alan about this shit all the time, and I was like, damn, what? And then that shit fell through. COVID killed that. I would say more long distance did, but so the plan was more like sell the house, level up, get a bigger house for like a family type of shit.
Yep.
That was the goal. But then that fell through and I was like, oh shit. I still was like, well, I'm not going to sell the house because it's stupid to sell a house during a fucking pandemic, right?
Yeah.
But
well,
then
not in Phoenix. Phoenix is weird.
Well, hold on. But then like my boy Aaron, my compadre, sold his house in like 2 days. And I was like, what the hell? And then I heard like 2 or 3 other people that sold their house. And I was like, this is some bullshit. I was like, I just got to take advantage of this. And hit up my boy Sean, who's a realtor. Mm-hmm. And I told him a while back, hey, I'm going to sell my house eventually. You're going to be my realtor. And then he's like, all right, cool. You ready? And I hit him up. I was like, I want to sell the house. This is the plan. He's like, all right, we'll do this. We actually, and then I'm, again, very PM-like. So I was like, all right, I need to see the roadmap. What's your thoughts? What's our strategy on pricing? First week, second week.
This fucking guy.
Yeah, I broke it down. Because like, I was like, this is a new experience for me selling my house. Uh-huh. And I was like, I know I'm going to be super anxious and super like on his ass. And it's like, this is more for you because I will get on you if I don't feel comfortable with this. Or if I don't understand the situation or the macro for the micro type of shit. So he broke it down. I was like, makes total sense. Cool. And he did an amazing job. So we sold it within like, I think it was 3 weeks.
Yeah, it wasn't on the market very long. It
wasn't on the market for that long. And my house was a unique layout. It was weird. It's a weird layout, but in Arcadia. Yeah. So like it went fairly quick. Then once, because there's like paperwork and there's certain milestones during selling a house.
Sure. Yeah.
That where the person can still back off. So I wasn't 100% into like I'm good. Mm-hmm. I was planning for I'm good, but I had so many like contingency plans and stuff like happening. And then once like after like I think 2 weeks after signing the contract and stuff like that, my realtor was like, "You're done, bro. Just get these 2 things fixed, and it's gonna close. It's closed September 1st, which is my dad's birthday." I was like, "That's fucking crazy." So I was like, "All right, cool." So then started making plans about buying an RV. I already started doing research. My boy Walter, who's the guy from work, he told me about the certain brands, certain things to look at, and we went to go look at the Grand Design and stuff like that. And it kind of just happened where I was like, okay, I found the layout, did a bunch of research, and then I used Costco. FYI, guys, Costco has a dope RV program where I think we said it was $500 over invoice. Over invoice, yeah. Like they can't mess with you.
They have the same program for cars, right? For cars.
Yeah.
Full disclosure, I don't work for Costco. All right.
I don't either, but I buy a lot of shit from there.
But I just spent $200 there about 2 hours ago.
I spent $150 too right now.
But yeah, man. Costco has a great car buyer program. I mean, if you book travel through them, I mean, it's legit. It's Costco, bro.
It's Costco, bro. So like, throughout, I called them up, and I was like, because the program, like, hey, do you guys sell RVs? They're like, yeah, we do. We have partnerships all over Arizona, all over the United States. And I was like, all right, give me all the dealerships for Arizona, Nevada, California, New Mexico. She gave me a list. I'm like, cool, wrote it down. I created a template in Outlook and sent emails to all of them.
So I got a picture up here. This is the RV. This is the Imagine Grand. It's Grand Design, right?
Grand Design.
Grand Design Imagine XLS, and fellas, it is beautiful. It's
pretty.
It's pretty. Like you go.
I still gotta get a name. I gotta develop a name for it. Like I'm still trying to. So if you guys have any recommendations, please throw it out there because I need a name for this one.
So I mean, he's got like the comfy ass Costco mattress in there.
Yeah.
He's got like
plush.
a two recliner love seat thing.
Yeah.
That has heated seats. It's got vibrating seats. It's got LED lighting.
Mood lighting.
Mood lighting.
Mood lighting.
And he's got like this whole like work setup he's got in there. I mean, well, I'll do a video here in a second. Hold on one sec. But it's
I think I was talking to Kuz about this. I was like, I need to make it as comfortable as possible, but.
So this is it.
Getting a look-see into the new.
That's the bed.
Casa.
I mean,
You ain't exactly
bad,
roughing it.
It's roughing it.
I mean,
Getting a look-see into the new.
It's legit. It's clean. I mean, it's brand new.
It's
So
a
you don't-
2021 because
you don't got
everything's
any-
sold out.
Yeah, you don't got anybody's like ass hairs up in
I
there.
don't got no fucking no.
No. It smells
Weird.
clean.
Yeah.
I mean, probably when you come back and visit me whenever you roll back through Phoenix again, it's probably smell like a little bit bad, but
I'm trying to keep it clean, bro. You know what? The beauty about it, it's so small compared to like my 3-bedroom townhome.
yeah.
That like while you were there, I was cleaning, and it made a total difference. Like in 5 minutes, I was like, oh, I like this. It's quick. Just gotta keep it organized. The biggest challenge is organization. There's just space and organization.
So I mean, backing up a little bit, it's done. You don't have a house.
Yeah, I'm homeless technically.
Yeah, so-
well, not anymore, but I was homeless for a week.
So like, where do you get your mail sent to? Your parents?
No, Alan's house.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was like, bro, you're my best friend. You're getting all my mail too.
That's funny.
I mean, a lot of stuff is I'm all fully 100% electronic, right?
Yeah.
You know, nothing like that. But there might be some things here and there. But he's my
So
mail
he's
spot.
he's your permanent address.
He's my permanent address moving forward. So Alan, just FYI. But I didn't mention to him, I think. But
I think.
But that's what you do when you inherit a best friend. You kind of get that shit. But so everything's gonna go there. The only thing that I am very curious about is voting, right?
Oh yeah.
So I am literally gonna have, if I don't get my early voting, because everything's being forwarded to Alan's house.
Yeah.
If I don't get that, I will literally fly down here just to vote that one fucking day and come back.
That's commitment.
Oh,
That's
fuck yeah, bro.
that's
It's
what-
that kind of
that's-
year, bro.
It's that kind
It's
of
2020, bro.
It's
2020.
2020.
2020, bro. So I am willing to take a fucking flight up here just to fucking vote. So, but that is literally, I told my realtor, I was like, because the new house is cool as hell. But I was like, if you see my early voter thing, you better forward to me or tell me this and that.
Yeah.
That's literally one of the things.
They haven't come yet.
They haven't come yet, exactly. So, but I'm like I'm checking every day type of deal. But that's the only thing I'm like, I better fucking get it.
So tell me a little bit about so you made the decision, sold your house, you bought the RV, you found the right one, you did all the research, and now, right, you're kind of, so you went and spent some time back at home with your parents.
Well, the first official, I call it amigo glamping, was Alan.
Right.
And again, I told Alan, like, bro, you have to be the first person to stay at. And it was kind of like literally the first day I bought it, parked in his front yard, and just chill there. And I ended up sleeping inside his house because, like, it literally, I had nothing in the fucking trailer.
Yeah.
And, like, we tried the generator and it kind of worked, but it was not for the AC. And it was like 110 that day. I was like, bro, I am not going to stay. And Sarah, thank God, because Alan wasn't saying shit. Sarah's like, you should sleep inside. I was like, thank you, Sarah. Thank you for caring and loving me. Alan was like, I didn't even say shit. So
He was going to let you roast.
no, bro, he's gonna let me roast and shit. I was like, this dude. But
Alan.
Alan, bro, focus a little bit.
Alan.
Alan. So that was my first official amigo glamping, right?
Okay.
And then the goal is always go down to Douglas, spend a week with my parents, and that was more of, help them out with a bunch of projects at their house. I was there like 2 weeks prior.
Okay.
And before that, I didn't see them all COVID because I'm super paranoid and scared about COVID because my mom's health and stuff like that, right? She is that demographic that is most susceptible to COVID. So we went down there, masked up, all clean, everything. But when I'm down there, like my dad's by himself helping her out, basically her caretaker.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I need to come down and help out, like backyard stuff, house stuff like that. And also too, I had all this crap that like needed to be down there.
Mm-hmm.
That was down there actually in the garage that we cleaned out, organized and stuff. But I was like, I want to set it all for them. Like, what the hell? It's gonna be just sitting there. Like, had a dope surround sound system, had 2 giant ass TVs, and my mom was like rocking like a 12-inch in her room. My dad's rocking a 20-inch in the living room.
Yeah.
I was like, you guys,
Not even HD.
not even HD, son. They don't even got Wi-Fi. They had no Wi-Fi, no internet at the house. So I
No
was like,
Wi-Fi, no 4K. They were basically.
they were living back in the 1800s, basically, bro. I'm surprised they weren't looking at fire, but they were happy. Again, I respect it. Humble beginnings, right?
Did you help them or hurt them? Right.
That is a thing. We'll see. It's a human behavior test as we speak.
Yeah.
But my mom, she's like, "Oh, get on Netflix, Hulu." I'm like, son of a bitch. So I hooked them up though. So like now they have, my mom has like I said earlier, like a dope ass little office now, and surround sound, all the channels, 55-inch TVs in both rooms now. So high def, all kinds of stuff, and help them organize and do a bunch of stuff. And it was dope. It was actually, I'm glad I did it because I had coffee outside with my dad majority every day.
Mm-hmm.
Outside for morning breakfast. Just chill. It was just coffee, not even breakfast, just coffee, chill, talk. I was like,
Damn.
it was dope. And it was like
Damn.
75 degrees, bro. It was so cool. And my dad is like a Mexican Buddha. He throws out dimes
Some
all the time.
wisdom.
Yeah, dude, all the time.
Some
Like,
straight up
I'm
wisdom.
like, did he just say what he just said? Where does he know this? And he just breaks shit down. I'm like, oh damn.
Bro, your dad's lived a long life.
Dude, my
He's
dad's
learned
lived a crazy life.
He's learned a few things.
He's had to grow up since he was 10. Like, I was all mocoso and just fucking around when I was 10. This dude was like, had to go put some bread on the table. I was like, damn, that's a different. Even to this day, I have not had that stress. So like, he just throws some really cool shit out there. And then we had dinner every night outside in the porch, chilling, talking. So we live right in front of a big ass park.
Yeah.
So we saw tons of people walking and chilling. Hey, get on that. Like everybody said hi and stuff. So we're just chilling outside every day. We talk for hours. It's bullshitting. And that stuff that like you can't make up, right? It's like stuff you always remember. So it was dope.
So we got a from the Cheetos chat, our WhatsApp.
Oh, yeah.
There's a question. There's a couple questions for
What is
Kuzi.
it?
So Kuzi wants. I'll let him ask. This is a question. First question.
First question of the day.
Is it true you refuse to sleep with any woman that has attended ASU?
That's not true because I dated Melissa. Melissa
True.
was an ASU grad.
Yes.
So that debunks that. My other ex-girlfriend, Angela, she was an ASU grad as well. So no, I am not partial.
What did that get you though? Ex-girlfriends.
I did, but it was fun though. It was a lot of fun. And so I am not going to say no, but I will. It's funny because every girl I've dated, actually dated quite a bit of ASU chicks just because they live in Phoenix.
Well, we live in Phoenix.
I know.
It's hard to avoid
it's hard to
It's
avoid
annoying.
It's annoying, but it is what it is. But I tend to make rules up from the get-go. Any ASU U of A bullshit, any games, anything like, we can bet on it, cool. And you can only say one thing, only one fucking fucked up whatever jab, and that's it. You're done. Like that's all. So like when I was dating Angela, we beat ASU in football. So I gave her a fucking one good one, and that's it. And I was like, I gotta stick to my rules. That was cool. And then she was respectful too. So every time it's been okay. But no, I'm not.
So he's got one more question.
Okay.
So one more question.
Kuziwa?
From Kuziwa. When was the last time you cried and why?
Oh, I'm okay with this. I cry all the time, actually. I'm a fucking pansy. Not a pansy. I'm very sentido. Actually, I was riding my road bike on Highway 80 going to... So from Douglas, there's a Highway 80 that goes to New Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
I was riding, hearing music and stuff. Usually I hear podcasts, but I was hearing music. And I was going towards, what the hell is that town? Basically New Mexico. I was like 20 miles in. And I started thinking about my mom not being there in a year or two. And I started fucking bawling when I was riding. Because she's not. My mom's health, she's gangster as hell, but arthritis, heart failure. She's not going to be around. And in the last 2 years, there's a substantial difference on her body composition, who she is. Still feisty as shit. Don't get me wrong. Very super goofy and a dork.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Because right before my mom passed away, she changed and aged. Like,
bro,
it was like overnight.
It's insane, right?
And so like inside of like probably like a 4-month period, bro, like cognitive decline, like you said, her posture, like everything. And so like it was unexpected because she didn't have any like chronic illnesses or anything like that. But thinking back, I definitely
had those moments.
Yeah, you just knew that something was wrong.
Yeah.
But to your point where you're talking about, Hispanic families, Latino families, right? Like, we don't talk about shit enough. Like, we don't talk.
You hold it in, you push it down.
And so, like, even when like my mom was getting tests for stuff, she didn't really tell us what was going on. She always felt like it was protecting us, but it's different. You're right, man. It's different in our heritage. Like, it's just we're not sharers. At least not in like.
At least not in my circle, not in my family. It was one of those things. And that's one of the things, like, hopefully I can have kids. Like, that's an element I want to bring into my relationship with my kids and families. Honesty to certain, like, a lot of honesty, a lot of truth.
Yeah.
But also, like, hey, this is fucking life. Like, it's some real shit type of deal.
Yeah.
So Kuz, your answer. I fucking was balling on my road bike, on the 80. It's just like, fuck. And that shit appear like it hits me all the time with my mom. But it was the last 2 visits where I haven't seen her like in 8 months, 6 months because of fucking COVID. And just between that time was like a substantial difference in her body composition. Her energy, her attitude, all good. But that her body's just giving up on her, right? So I'm like, fuck. Like, angry as fuck, but also like stepping back and be like, all right, soak this shit in.
Yeah.
And then other elements of like, all right. A lot of stuff I've done throughout my last 5-10 years. Yeah. I do consider the parents element of like, what if I move to New York? Fuck, I can't see them. Or like, what if they need something? Yeah. This and that. Like, I want to be there for them, help them out, right? And be there as in like literally present for them and that. Not just, here's some fucking, here's $1 billion. Here you go. Yeah. There's an element of like the whole love and like cariño and being there for them. And having conversations type of shit, right? Yeah. So there's a lot of things where I do. It's always like, okay, where were they at? Can I be there? Type of deal. So even this move right now is kind of a big deal because it's going to take me a while to come back, air flight, and that type of shit. But the craziest shit my mom was like doing, she was like, Miko, if I was as healthy as you and this and that, I would do the same thing. You got to do it. And my dad's the one like, all right, Miko, why'd you sell your house? What's this? Like, he's really like... He's
probably concerned.
No, 100% concerned.
This doesn't make sense.
No, to him, again, a guy that's been working since he was fucking 10 years old to put food on the table is like, you gave up the table and the house that was over the table. Why the fuck? You have a good job. Da, da, da. I was like, Dad, I'm going to be okay. Like, I got a good job. I can work remote. I'm not just fucking quitting. I'm not going to become a stripper and hookers and blow. Like, I'm going to be okay. Like, this has been planned out. Trust me. So he's like, okay, mijo, pero if you need something, aquí estoy. And I was like, Dad, I'm good. So I was like, okay.
Being a dad, bro.
No, I respect it. I'm like, and it came.
Cool, man.
Yeah, it's fucking dope. And I told my mom this. My mom's like, he's not worried. And I was like, Mom, he's just worried. Like, what the hell? Like, be nicer to him. Shit. and my mom was like the more adventurous type. Like, let's just go, have fun. Nah. I'm like, all right, Mom.
That's cool. My mom was like that too. She was a more adventurous one.
Yeah.
But like I think that's awesome. Like everything that you're saying about the time that you spent down there and just like reflecting on that. Like, so as you know, like my mom passed away suddenly. Like she, like one day we got the call, and that was it, right? Yeah. So, but right before that, a good friend of mine whose birthday it is today, actually, I gotta remember to give him a call. And if he happens to be in the chat, happy birthday, bro. He was in town with his girl, and he's like, we're gonna get married. like, can you come and marry us? And
Was that the one you did?
Yeah, because he was in town. He was here from China. Like he was living abroad in China, and he's like, hey, we want you to marry us. And I'm like, that's amazing. I'll totally do that. So I went online, got ordained, registered with the county.
The University of Phoenix.
And so he got married in the house, like one of the houses. It wasn't the house he completely grew up in, but for most of the time, it's that rammed earth house that we all kind of pitched in and built that I was telling you about.
Yeah.
And so we so the weekend that I married them, I spent at home, and it was the last time that I saw my mom. And it also, like Carmen, she wasn't up there like for the whole time, just like for like the wedding. Yeah. And I went up earlier because, even though it was like a wedding that was put together in just like no time at all, I still went up there and we like kind of went through a little mini rehearsal, talked, spent time. And so like there was like a day where I got to just chill with my parents, and talk to my mom. And we had like, it was the first time in a long time that we had like deep kind of conversation, and talking about like, are you happy, kind of, you know what I mean, like touching on those things, and that day was like, I'll never forget it, and it just so happened to be the last time I saw my mom, and it just, the bottom line is, you never know when that's going to be the last time, right?
Yeah. And as we get older,
you get older, your kids get older, your parents get older. You have to be present.
Yeah,
I love that you said that. I just wanted to be present for him because, like, it could be it,
bro. How many like friends that we lost? How many people we cared about and stuff like that? You're like, only if I had, or I should have. That bullshit. Like, that's the stuff that is, again, that car ride, Service with my parent. Ever since that fucking ride, like the conversations I've had with my parents and other people's parents too, and other adults, it gave me the
adults.
Yeah, no.
It's funny that we
we actually use that. Yeah. But like, if you guys ever notice, like, even if like with your tias or people around, that if I'm around, I will ask them very candid questions sometimes, and very in a respectful way. But I think a lot of people get surprised. Like, I think Neshla, I've hung out with her quite a bit. I love her to death, and her family's amazing. But I'll ask her tias and her mom and stuff. I've asked them very hard questions that they get surprised. They're like, what the fuck? But then like, but in a way of like, what the, but then they open up and like actually do some really amazing conversations.
So I want to compliment you here real quick. So I will say that you have a way of just kind of like wedging yourself into people's families.
Yeah, I do.
So when you came up and you spent time with Carmen's family, and like they all still ask about you.
Dude, I love them, bro. They're cool.
Yeah, but like you find a way to just be like, all right, this is family. I'm familiar with this. I guess I'm in it now.
Yeah, I guess I'm part of the crew right now. No, I think, and it's also like the type of friend I tend to now. So a big thing when I moved up here in 2008 was like, so I played football for Juve, right? Yeah. I had a shitload of acquaintances. And it also didn't help that I had an amazing roommate, Angie. We used to call her Crazy Angie. She bought a house. It was me and 3 volleyball girls and me. And our house was like the house to be at. So we threw house parties and this. And we got multiple red tags. So no bullshit. Like one of my birthdays and Halloween, we had no bullshit like 800 people at our house. It was bananas. The cops got to the point where like, where's Pedro? So I used to walk and we used to talk. But what I used to always do was like get all the volleyball girls and the soccer girls and the softball girls to go talk to them first. And then I came them afterwards. And they were like, okay, just to get everybody out. We're not going to give you red tags and that. So, again, I knew a lot of people, but when it got to the point of like, hey, you want to have a little couch? Crickets. Didn't get shit. People that would help me out were like my road dogs from like high school, from Douglas, from elementary. I'm always Danny, JC, Alan, Robert, stuff like that. But everybody else, like, crickets, right? So that kind of like, and it might be a small town kind of mentality where like, well, if you didn't do something, my dad knows your dad, or my Theo knows your, like, you know what I mean? Like,
there's an accountability.
There's accountability factor where like somebody might get their ass whooped,
that's
or
facts
just
right
like you're gonna get shamed or some bullshit's gonna happen, right? Somebody's gonna hear about this cheeseman.
Mm-hmm.
And so I definitely fell into that and got taken advantage of it a lot in college. Not in a super bad way, but in a way where like by my senior year, I was like, I kind of noticed it more. And so like when I moved up here in '08 to get my MBA and start things different, which was actually because of Alan's cousin, Michelle. We went tubing one day and she was like, I'm getting my MBA. I'm like, the fuck? How you get your MBA for free or whatever? And she's like, oh, I work for University of Phoenix and this and that. I was like, shit, I want to do that because I was trying to get a U of A, and it was like $70K, and I'm like, I ain't trying to live that life. So I applied, got the job, and I was like, fuck it, I guess I'm going to Phoenix now, and it just happened. So again, kind of like follow your omens in a way.
Yeah.
But one of the big things that happened was like, all right, when I come up here, I'm gonna invest in good friends, like foster relationships and make sure I get a good circle around me.
Okay.
Like that was literally one of my huge intentions coming up here, was that like keep in touch with the cool people you love and care about.
Yeah.
But when you go up there, like surround yourself with some dope ass people.
I want to key on something you said there. So intention, right?
Yeah.
So I think personally that anything that you really want to work in your life, you have to give it intention.
Yeah.
Like you have to have motivation and purpose behind it, right? Or else it's just going to be frivolous.
You're like with your eyes closed, just walking around somewhere.
Yep.
And again, I think a lot of my life has been that way. We're like, feel it out, go through there.
Yeah.
But there's also been a lot of focused intention on certain things, like my MBA, my education, my friends. We're like, okay, that's the fucking goal. Like, do it, and you have to take ownership of it. If not, like, who the fuck else is? Like, it's on you. Like, ain't nobody can give a fuck.
But I will say, bro, like, this is again another.
Excellent.
Thanks for the follow, Fominator. I will say, man, like, you are a legit friend. I think anybody on the chat that knows who you are will agree. Like, you need something, you need help, you need advice. It doesn't matter what it is. You're down, bro. Like,
Yeah.
and so I appreciate that about you. You don't go silent. You don't. You know what I mean? You're there. You're engaged. Your actions reflect exactly what you just said. Like, I wanted to have, my intention was X, right? So your actions definitely reflect that for sure.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, any relationship, friends, family, romantic, it's a two-way street.
Yep.
So like, you got to be part of that. Like, you can't be the person like, I'm so awesome that you come to, like, fuck you. You're not that cool. Nobody's that cool.
Nobody's that cool.
Nobody's that fucking cool. So like, you got to be that person, and
That's my homie. See him, homie? Maleviator, Mal, that's another one of my, so that's one of my online buddies.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So Mal's in the chat. He said one thing I learned the most since moving out on my own is that you learn who your friends are real quick.
Oh, real quick, dude. That is, you learn real quick when either life gets a little rough, you need a little advice, or literally just fucking moving a couch. Like, that's the weirdest shit in the world. Like, most people are like, oh, no. The coolest thing happened when I moved out of the house, and I didn't ask you just because you have family and kids and really busy.
Yeah.
Need more tequila? Are you good?
I was actually, no, I'm good right now. I still have like half of this.
You
I'm
good?
still sipping on that.
Okay.
I'm
You
good.
No, but like,
I was honestly like, why didn't you text me? Because you like, this is what's fucked up. So chat, you helped me out here, right? So I didn't know he was moving. I knew about the house being sold. I knew about him, like, buying the trailer, like all the shit. And he sends me a picture of his move in process.
Yeah, the pack fucking.
Right? Like the all the shit loaded on the car. And to me, that almost was like, where the fuck are you, dude?
Oh.
The car's already full. And I was like, I closed the picture and I was like going through our WhatsApp chat and I'm like, did he tell me, did he give me a date? And I was like, I felt bad. And then I was like, no, there's no way.
No.
Like, I definitely don't smoke so much weed that I don't remember conversations.
No.
So I messaged him and I texted you back and I said,
Need help? You good?
yeah. I'm like, do you need some? And you're like, no, I got it. And I was just like, this fucking guy.
No, okay, so
Didn't even need
my bad. That's my bad.
But I did help you move a couch that went back to Costco.
Yes, you did. No. So It was intentional, but not intentional, I think, in a way. So, like, going back to the conversation of, like, fostering relationships.
Mm-hmm.
The first group of friends I met here legitimately was my team at University of Phoenix. So I moved up here, University of Phoenix, got enrollment, job, got my MBA for free, right?
Okay.
So the team I was a part of was my boys Sean, Aaron, Hogan, and some other groups, right? And Alan was there the whole fucking time. Like he was forced upon us. So we called ourselves the Rat Pack.
Oh.
So we were like the
I
original crew when we first started here, and my house was like the meetup house. Like Hogan actually was my roommate for like 3 years. I know Tara as well, but like everybody, Sean, Aaron, all of them used to meet up at my place. So like they were part of like the beginning story of that house, right? And we have so many stories. So like when we're moving, I already had everything packed up the night before because like I was wide awake. I had a freaking whole thing of coffee.
You probably drank like 3 Bang Energies.
No, I drank like I literally made a whole pot of coffee and I fucking drank the whole fucking thing while I was like packing. So I was like wired. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna start packing the fucking truck. And I literally packed like 80% of the shit or 90% of the stuff already by the time they came the next morning. So like we got it done like probably no bullshit. Don't tell their wives and girlfriends, by the way. But so we got it all packed like no bullshit within an hour or less. Like it was fucking quick. And Sean came late as fuck. But so like
Sean,
we packed it all up, and we literally were like in the house talking about fucking old times, all the stories. Like it was a while when the whole Rat Pack got together. So it was like it kind of just was meant to be like just these dudes were gonna help me fucking move all that shit out.
Okay.
And
you're making me feel way better.
no, yeah, dude, it was, trust me, no, don't feel bad at all. But like there was this really cool moment when like they were just talking about Alan, Hogan, Sean, Aaron, talking about a bunch of shit. We're telling stories. I sat back and I was like, fuck, this kind of just feels right. This is how the house needs to be sent off. Like all this shit, all these memories literally left the house that we built through the furniture and stuff like that. And it was like the dopest moment. I was like, cool. And then like we all had our one-on-one sessions. Like me and Sean were outside in the trailer just talking about life. And then like Aaron and Hogan were talking, and then Alan was there, and we like switched off friends, and we were just talking about shit. And I was like, damn. So we literally, so again, I think everybody came like at 7:30, 8 in the morning. We're done by fucking 9:15 if that. They didn't leave till like 3 in the afternoon, bro. we're just talking.
Did you go get some popcorn?
Yeah, no, we didn't. We should have gotten some popcorn. I don't think we shouldn't. That's not good right now.
No, that's dangerous.
It's dangerous. You can die from popcorn.
You can die eating popcorn right now.
You can die from popcorn. But so it was dope. It was really cool. So like, yeah, my bad. I didn't bring you into it. But again, it was.
Hey, the story, I get it, and my back thanks you.
Yeah.
Hamstrings, the whole
all
thing,
the things,
bro. Because when you're pushing 40 as hard as we are. Like when you're knocking on 40's door, bro,
I'm
carrying shit in it.
It's fucking flex the cord, all that shit, but you still feel it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So yeah.
So you glamped at Allen's. You went and visited your parents. Now you've been here since Wednesday.
Yeah. So you're the second amigo glamp.
Okay.
The official second amigo glamp, and so yeah. So like I was supposed to be in your backyard, but that backing up an RV in a busy street wasn't
at
the
night.
At night.
It got a little weird.
Yeah. So like I'm like, oh, so don't make sure you get somewhere where you're gonna stay during the day. That's lesson learned right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do that tomorrow.
And then you got so from now the next stop is Vegas, and then it's just wide open, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So then it's just like
figure it the fuck out. So my plan is I'm gonna see my girl Rachel in Vegas, love her to death, and we're gonna have like. I kind of feel I'm going to be there for 2 weeks.
Okay.
Just because she's an amazing personal trainer and she has a home gym. Like her garage is sick. And we've been texting and she's like, I'm so fucking ready for you to come down here. I'm like, what do you mean?
So you have a fitness bonus.
Dude, we got a fitness like endeavor. It's going to be fucking dope. I'm so excited. Cause like I've worked out with her and she's like, I never want to be like, don't train me for free. It's not free.
Yeah.
But like every time she trains me, I am fucking dying. So like I'm excited, and we're gonna train together. and she's active. She's like cycling and stuff like that and all that stuff. And I love her dad. Her dad and brother are fucking cool as shit. Hopefully I get to see his dad, but I don't know with COVID and stuff. But dad is bow hunter. He's gone all over the world bow hunting.
Nice.
Bro, cool dude. He's the one. I spent a week and a half in Corona Island last year with them, just chilling on the beach and working. It was amazing. So like, that's the kind of people they are. Like, just invite you to the house, fucking ate some steak dinners like every night almost, and just chilled, drank tequila and whiskey and bullshit, right? So I'm gonna go visit her. I have a feeling I'm gonna be there for 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then the goal is probably head to Utah because it's right next door to Nevada.
It's right there.
Yeah. So
Yeah, you got St. George, you got Bryce Canyon,
yep.
you got
Kuzi was
Zion.
saying, yeah, I want to do Zion. Yeah, all that shit. So I'll figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, right in fall. I mean, like right now is the time to be there.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not too hot, not cold. Getting there.
So this is obviously like gonna be an epic adventure.
Yeah.
Right? So what do you hope to get out of this? Like when you set out on this journey, right? Like what do you expect? Like talking about intention, I'm just gonna call back to that for a second.
Ooh, Twin Falls, Idaho.
Like Twin Falls. Okay, Mal.
Thank you, man.
He's a pilot, so he gets around.
Oh, really? Dude, Matt, tell me where, bro. I'm definitely open to recommendations.
Talking about intention.
Yeah.
What intention are you taking on this trip?
So there's a couple of things I've been thinking about. One is I want to visit as many friends as I can in Amigo Glam and do stuff like this. Like, we had coffee every day. 7 o'clock, I'll text him. He texted me the first day, coffee? I was like, fuck yeah. And if you guys don't know, he makes amazing coffee, and he's actually started his own fucking roast bean awesomeness going on. Coffee business too. So be look out for that fairly soon. But I was like, yeah. And then like every day after that, I was like, I look forward to that. I was literally just chilling. This morning I was like, coffee? You're like, yeah, dude. I'm like, oh, cool. So we sat outside and just talked. And Rio came bullshit with us. And like that kind of shit. I want that so bad for all my friends, right? So I'm trying to get those memories as much as I can with as many friends as I can.
Sure.
So if you guys, you out there, you want me to go visit you, holla. I'll go visit. I have those cards, those question cards, right?
Right.
That this shit gets deep. So like I'm gonna leverage that too as well, and see kind of what conversations and all that come out of it. I think it's the deep. Or no, it's and so like different stuff like that. That's number one, I think. Number two is like literally just travel all over. I've been in a lot of places and cities in the West Coast, a little bit in the East Coast. But I really haven't really seen that many places like here in the States as in the national parks and stuff like that. So I got a map of every national park, the scratch kind of thing where you put pins and stuff. So I want to fill that fucker up as much as possible. And also got a book of like, oh, that's Twin Falls.
Twin Falls.
That's pretty. Shit.
There's more than two falls.
There's mucho falls. Damn. See, that
Bunch
there
of
you go.
liars.
Mel, thank you, man. And Mammoth Lake has amazing hot springs. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, and I got a paddleboard and a kayak, so I'm gonna paddleboard.
And you got your mountain bike and
got
your
my
road
mountain bikes
bike.
and my road bike. Yep, I got that too. So I'm trying to. So intentions, right? Friends, be present, make memories, conversations. That's number one. Two, see fucking America. I would love to see Canada. Hopefully, it opens up. Mexico be dope, but it's scary to drive a 4x4 RV down there right now. Just fucking get jacked and all that shit. Right now, it's not the safest time. But U.S. has a lot of options. Canada would be dope. I would love to go to Alaska. You gotta get into Canada first.
Yep, British Columbia.
British Columbia. That is true. Very true. So friends, see fucking nature. Be out there. I wanna just fucking boondock and have some fun and just chill.
Boondocking. Explain a little bit about what's boondocking.
Oh yeah, so there's different elements of RV life. So this is via research, right? So it's either you stay at a friend's house and you jack their Wi-Fi and their electricity and some of their water, and you stay there, and everything's kind of chill and good to go there. Who's that?
That's C Money.
C Money, I'm sorry.
Why didn't
bro.
you wait? You were awake. You were just getting the kids ready for school. So, thank you, C Money, for getting the kids ready for school, getting them set up on their Chromebook so that Pedro and I could hang out for a minute. This morning, though, where were you?
Me?
No, C Money.
Carmen?
Oh, you went to the farmer's market.
Oh, you're farmer's market.
Get
Come
out of
on,
here.
Carmen.
Farmer's market.
Te crees, no?
Bitchy farmer's market.
Look, some dope ass carrots though.
Yeah, they were pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat some in a little bit, but
Yeah, it's true. What are we
got-
talking about? C Money.
conversation assassin
Carmen.
over here.
Proof bread.
Proof bread. She didn't go to that farmer's market. She went to the Uptown one. The one that you're talking about is at the Phoenix market downtown.
Downtown. Yeah,
Yeah.
downtown. Well, intentions.
Yes.
So, friends, see national parks. I want to fucking kayak. I really want to paddle board everywhere, mountain bike, and do all that stuff. So, fitness and health is going to be a big thing for me. So, want to just like focus.
Well, you were also explaining what boondocking was.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
Different. Oh yeah. There you go. Thank you. So there's different things. There's different options you can do. You can do what I call amigo glamping, frank glamping, whatever. Like literally, staying at a friend's house, jacking their electricity, Wi-Fi, stuff like that.
Uh huh.
Second is staying at an RV park. So going to an RV park, paying $200 some a night or a week or whatever, and they have the hookups for the shit, the water, and some places have Wi-Fi, but it's usually shitty, and electricity.
You're right.
Or third option is boondocking. So boondocking is like you're self-sustained.
Right.
You have to have your own water, your own electricity, and you have to store all your waste and all that stuff in your own vessel, right? So,
But this is the most the boondocking one is the one that interests me the most.
me too.
because
That's what I'm more excited about.
You're away from people. You're kind of in remote areas. You're in undeveloped or underdeveloped camp areas.
Yeah.
Off the grid.
Or even there's so like the beautiful thing, I follow a bunch of YouTubers.
Yeah.
And this part of like my grand plan too, is I'm going to start a YouTube, do social media.
Bro, you
do
got to
content.
drop your socials. We're on
I
Twitch
don't got
right
it
now.
yet. Damn. It's going to be a Husky Unicorn for sure, but I'm working on the LLC. I'm working on all that stuff. But I want to monetize it and stuff like that. And it's more about being able to like write stuff off and things like that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, there's tons of people out doing this right now.
Yeah.
And give awesome recommendations and places to go and resources and things like that. So I
How
kind
to
of
get started.
how to get started. So like I literally have gone through hundreds of hours of freaking YouTubes, and you should see my OneNote. I have a OneNote full of fucking like thoughts, things like that.
Yeah.
And notes. But so like the beauty of it is there's a bunch of groups where like it's boondocking, but like at a winery. And there's like, you can like do these memberships, like $80 for a full year membership, and you get a boondock in like people's farms or a apple orchard or a winery and stuff like that, and just chill. Like you just do all that stuff. Or you can do like national parks, and you can like boondock in, I forgot what the type of the area is called, but there's a thing out there, but it's all mapped out. Like if it's free, if you go, and it's free, like a lot of stuff is free. Like a lot of stuff that out there is a lot of free stuff, but again, you have to be self-sustaining. So that's part of like the evolution of my whole thing is like I used my toilet and I took a shower for the first time here,
Right.
which I haven't done it before. So like it's about like learning how to hook up your water, how your water pump works, your water heater and stuff like that, how to maintain it, stuff like that. So it's like things that are out of my realm. Like it's freaking cool shit, but stuff like you got to do. Like tomorrow I got to learn how to freaking get rid of my black and gray water somehow, some way. So I'm like, guess what I'm doing tonight? I'm going to like YouTube and Google where I can go to station, stuff like that. I got all the equipment per those videos in my notes. I bought tons of shit. So when I got here,
The amount of kit that he has is ridiculous.
so like when I got here, like open the door, I'm like, is that all my shit, bro? There's boxes of Amazon and a bunch of crap.
Oh,
that
yeah.
I had
He had a
sent
bunch
over
of
here,
stuff shipped here.
just shipped over, but it has nothing compared to what I sent to my parents. So like it's you realize, one, it's an expensive upfront cost for the stuff you got to get to do this.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm hoping, fingers crossed, after this first initial kind of get your hardware and stuff like that, that's it. You're good to go. Like, it's more about like either maintaining and or like paying your fees to go at an RV park, or if you're boondocking, which I want to do quite a bit. It's more about like I want to get solar panel,
Right.
or two. I got generators and things like that. But you gotta get I gotta get some more extra batteries. And there's like lithium. There's different types. Lithium's the dopest, but like there's some technical shit you gotta learn about, and some inverters and all kinds of stuff that you gotta do. So it's like stuff like, okay, cool, I want to do that. All right, you just gotta invest in it. Got some time. But you technically can be. There's a couple out there. I forgot their YouTube, but they're dope. It's a husband and wife, and they have a dog and a cat, and they boondock. That's all they do. They don't do RV shit. They literally go RV life on a budget.
Okay.
And everywhere they go is like majority is free. When they travel long distance, they'll stay at Walmart's and Crackle Barrel.
Yeah.
And stay there and do stuff like that. So like they give, like, that's the kind of shit that I want to get into, because like it's super naturey. The places they go is like amazing and beautiful. Like, it's just them.
Yeah.
And fucking nature. I'm like, that's fucking dope. Being by myself is kind of get weird, but I've been by myself for quite a bit, and so it's cool. Don't get me wrong, I would love to like have a partner in crime and do all this, and that might happen. Or I've actually a bunch of friends have been fucking texting me on IG, be like,
Yeah.
dude, I want to do this, but like, I'm like, dude, meet me. We want to go to Utah? All right, meet me there. Or you want to meet me in Durango? All right, cool. I'll meet you at Durango, so-and-so date. Boom, boom. You stay with me. You fly in. I'll pick you up, and then you'll stay for a week or two at my place. And I got a whole like Wi-Fi set up and stuff like that, because I got to work every day. So I was like, yeah, then we'll go hiking, do all kinds of nature shit. So actually, I've had quite a bit of friends actually reach out to me on the side and be like, dude, I want to join you here. I was like, all right, fuck it, let's do it.
So you're gonna be working every day. So how are you gonna make that happen?
So I have multiple. So end of the day, right? It's I can work remote. I've been working remote majority of the time the last couple of years, but right now my current position, if it wasn't COVID, I would be remote 80% of the time. Right now we're at 100% of the time, and there's no kind of forecast of like going back to the office or needing to. And even then, I don't think they're gonna, especially my position and my group of people. Like I got people in Hawaii, Colorado, East Coast, stuff like that. So like, the only reason I would go in is just for justification of a cubicle or an office. That's it.
Right.
So I got my main source of data is when I'm friend glamping would be a friend. Like for you right now, I'm using your Wi-Fi. But when I'm boondocking stuff like that, I got a Cradle Point. So Cradle Point, you probably explain this way better than me, but it's a data router, right? A mobile router,
Right.
that basically pulls the data from the heavens and pulls it in. And Cradle is actually a pretty reliable system and modem that's pretty legit. Along with, I have a direct satellite pointing thingamajigger that's pretty fucking dope and amazing what it does for long distance stuff and everything. So combination of both, I have a Verizon and AT&T data plan that I'm going to be using and leveraging. So that's,
And then you have your cell phone.
yeah, so that's number one, right? That's the main. My contingency plan is I also have a jetpack hotspot that I will be using too if I need be. And then the other contingency be with my hotspot on my phone as well. So my strategy as all this is planning, right, ahead of time, is there's maps out there. I have a bunch of websites and stuff like that where you can actually see where antenna, satellites, all that stuff, and coverage maps and stuff like that. So prior to, say, going to Utah, I want to be, okay, cool. I want to be in this particular area. Literally, like, lats and longs are right here. How's my coverage? All right, cool, I'm good. Is there a satellite? Is there antenna? Is there nearby? All right, cool. And even that, I'm like, where's it pointing? All right, when I park here, it's southeast by whatever. I got to point my satellite through there, or my antenna, to test it out, this and that. Get there probably like on a Saturday or a Friday and test it all out, mitigate any risk of like not having data. So
Right.
That's number one when I go somewhere, especially boondocking. So as long as I got that, I'm cool. Because the other element of that is going back to the parents thing is they're worried as fuck, and I want to make sure they're involved in this whole thing.
Yep.
And also kind of have my mom and dad live vicariously through some of the actions I do. Because they tend to be very happy when I do stuff. And they're like, oh, it's dope. Tell me more about it. I'm like, really? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, all right, cool. So hence me setting up their Wi-Fi internet is like, so you can do video chats. And I can show them stuff and send them videos and all that stuff. So I want to get them involved as well. And get them just part of the experience and stuff. Yeah. So that was a big element of me going down there and setting up their internet was literally because of that. So I think that's gonna be a cool thing because like I've been FaceTiming my mom the last couple of days and just yelling at her randomly shit. And she's like, stop yelling at me. I'm like, all right, just testing. You good? All right. She's like, all right. So she's getting used to all that. So again, internet's gonna be number one, getting all that done so I can work and do my thing. And then from there just more planning.
Okay. So what do you expect like your day to day to be like?
Fuck, I don't know, dude. That's like the scary, fun, like cool part of all this.
Yeah.
Is like I don't fucking know. Like it's gonna be one of those like I see what all the YouTubers put out there and kind of what the experience is like. But then like it's gonna be me by myself out there, or if a friend joins me, stuff like that. So there's some cool things. I had this like whole 3 Tupperware boxes full of books that have been recommended to me by certain people in my life that I haven't read. So got those in there. I'm like, okay, I want to read those damn books. That's a goal. And then work on content creation and stuff like that too. Get more of my creative side going on. I really want to get a fucking guitar. It's going to happen. Okay. So I'm going to hit you up. But learn how to do some stuff. Like, don't get technology involved and just get artistic and get my creative side going on.
Right.
Again.
Yeah. I mean, there's like a certain, I don't know how to phrase it, but like when you're talking about doing something creative and creating, there's so many ways to interact with like different types of art, whether it's like music, drawing, like all these different digital mediums. There's like endless amount of like instruments and sounds. It's almost daunting. There's something refreshing about taking it back to basics and working within certain constraints. Yeah. And that's what makes you having an infinite number of options almost stifles creativity in my mind. Yeah. Like you have to be able to create with something very simple like black and white.
Yeah. You know? Versus like colors and graphic art and this and that. It's like, bro, just fucking use a charcoal pencil and some white paper.
I have a couple recommendations, a couple ideas. Shoot. So when you're talking about content creation and you're talking about wanting to set up like YouTube channels and all that stuff, what I would say to do from my, research experience and kind of, this is a hobby for me. But do it as much as you can. Like, don't worry so much about making stuff perfect at first. Just make a lot of content. And so
get the reps in.
Exactly.
Get the reps in.
So whether it's your guitar, whether it's like the content creation, just filming, taking pictures, just do it a lot. Yeah. And you're gonna figure out your vibe, your style. It'll start coming together. And so like just flex that muscle a lot. And it'll start kind of coming together for you. So as part of your intention, I would say a good recommendation would be to say I want to create content every day and put something like on either Instagram, on YouTube or just make something.
Make something.
Just make something every day. You should
make a pizza.
What else you can do?
Yeah, the fuck out. That's my thing. Is like the biggest thing is like one. It is gonna be more of the financial aspect of hopefully I can write all this stuff out. I'm talking to an accountant and all kinds of stuff. Right. Mm-hmm. That's like the main reason I'm doing that. But also too like all the people I learned from just the beginning of the stuff was from YouTube and content, and they give really good recommendations. I'm like, oh shit, I've actually through this like last 2 weeks I've learned so much shit. They're like,
Well,
oh, they didn't fucking cover this.
And here's the thing. Yeah, that's one point. They didn't cover this, but the other point is you're gonna get out there and start using this shit, and you're gonna be like, that fucking dude doesn't know what he's talking about. This is the way to do it.
Yeah.
Because again, you're crazy maniacal about optimization, and so I'm really curious about all of the feedback of what you would have learned from just like the first 3 months out there or the first 6 months out there. You know what I mean?
Even like the stuff we learned about like when we evened out the trailer and they were like, oh yeah, there's a lot of pressure on it, so I can't take out the fucking hitch. Back it up a little bit and then free up the tension. Oh yeah, it makes fucking total sense. Like shit like that. Like I never saw anybody talk about that. So yeah.
You got it, but you also have to remember for stuff like that is to write it down.
Yeah.
Or like
I put on my notepad on my phone. Just boom boom. Little voice memo all the time. Memo. But yeah, so that's part of my thing, like build routines up, build certain things up or like checklists, things like that, or just like ideas, throw it out there. So again, the goal is like work on my creative side more, because like I was a drawer, I was a bunch of creative stuff all the time. So I think I want to do that, get more involved in that, do more reading, note taking, stuff like that, along with health is going to be a big thing for me too, like just eating right, working on my gut health and stuff like that, because again, as we get older, hormones and all that change up. So I'm like, okay, like why can't I be the healthiest I've ever been? Because I've had different levels of health in my entire life, like from like U of A just being fucking beast mode, where like, oh, coach tells you lift that, you didn't fucking care how much it was, you fucking lifted, and some fucking how you bench 425. No fucking clue how. It was more like competition. The motherfucker next to you was doing it. So you got to do it too.
You got to do it.
You got to do it, bro.
You got to get in there.
Yeah, or like if I could, I wish I could tell like some of my friends to come into like the weight room or like our training sessions at U of A amongst a bunch of alpha male, all-American motherfuckers going after some shit.
Yeah.
And competing against each other, bro. Like, I miss that so much. It's bananas. I was actually talking to my girl Rachel about that because she was a D1 U of A basketball athlete, and we're talking about that shit, and like we're like, God, that video I sent of Harrison sprinting on I think it was Cheetos or on the sports chat, and I was like, that was like every day, that was like every moment, and it was like amazing, and those are things like I miss that. So again, different levels of fitness. I had like that athletic fitness part. I did a bodybuilding competition where I lost 75 pounds and got down to fucking like 5% body fat, and it was like 200 pounds, and then got like super lean afterwards up here for like Vegas and spring break and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
And then cutting weight, get lean, cut up like a
hunting weight.
It was hunting weight. I need to get back on that shit. I'm all single. Like, why can't I be a hunting weight? I should be hunting weight. But and then like there's just been different levels, and then like. So I was like, well, fuck it. Why not focus on that too? So eating healthy, clean, all that good stuff is going to be a huge part with all that, because as you get older, again, hormones are different, but also you start. What I really look at every day is like my energy output. Like, is it a consistent clean energy, or am I spikes? Am I like caffeinating too much? Am I doing this and that? So for me, it's like, okay, like, be a chemist, start fucking with that. Like, be your own guinea pig, start doing all that stuff. So that's gonna be a big thing for me this whole time.
I like it.
I'm really excited about it, and it's perfect that I'm going to Vegas with Rachel, who's a personal trainer and super geeked out and excited about fitness and health. That I'm like, I told her, I was like, we're meal prepping, we're doing mobility every night, we're working out, we're doing kettlebell work. She's like, yes to all that shit. I'm like, yes. So like, I'm super geeked out. It's like a perfect like send off to like the outdoorsy world.
So the other benefit I can see happening here too is like with that intention, like in the limiting factors, like you're going to have to plan a little bit when you go boondocking.
Yeah.
You're going to have to think 2 or 3 weeks ahead of what all do you need and meal plan a little bit. So because you just can't stock a big ass fridge full of whatever.
No, I can't go to Costco.
Yeah.
I can't pack all that shit up, bro. And also like, you got to think about water consumption, propane, gas, the elements, like all that shit, right? Like I really don't want to be caught in fucking any kind of snowstorm or any kind of snow Like it'd be kind of cool to go like to Montana when it's snowing, but not an RV in a highway driving with
No,
fucking,
that'd be a nightmare, bro.
that'd be scary, bro. Black ice and all. I'm like, so I'm gonna be like chasing weather too. But that's the beauty of it. Like, okay, where's it 75 degrees in winter? Like go to fucking like Texas or New Mexico, Florida, stuff like that. So again, just planning and just be like, all right, cool, fuck it. And also like reaching out to friends, be like, how is it over there right now? How is it in December? Just fucking beautiful. Come on, fuck it, I'll go. So it's kind of like that. Having no plan, but having parameters of what you can and can't do is kind of going to be an exciting thing, and doing all that, planning, figuring it out. So we'll see.
We'll see. I just know that when you said Texas, I'm like, there's definitely nice parts of Texas, but most of it is just like you just drive through it.
It's a plain fucking Oklahoma.
I mean, you know,
I want to go to Florida. Florida sounds amazing during like wintertime. I've heard.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Guys, does anybody out there know that Florida is good during the wintertime?
So in terms of like, you know, wilderness and public lands and stuff like that, like Florida doesn't necessarily come to mind for me.
Yeah. Crocodiles.
You know, I mean the Everglades.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I got a tia that lives like off of Tampa that I want to go visit and see what's up. Fuck it. You know what I mean?
Why not? I
Why
mean,
not?
because you're gonna pass a bunch of country. in
Yeah,
between.
exactly. Yeah.
I mean,
and then Andy has a ranch in Tennessee.
Oh fuck yeah, definitely gotta
Might
go
hit him
there.
up. Yeah, we can talk to him.
It could get weird.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm excited for that. That's
Yeah.
like that's part of the adventure. Anytime
part
anytime with Andy, bro, it's like straight like it's gonna get weird
It's gonna get in a good way.
in a good fucking awesome
a good
way.
fucking way.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm just thinking about it. Like I personally haven't spent like really any time in the South.
Yeah.
You know,
Anything past like Texas, I have not really I've been in Washington D.C. That's about it. Like, I have not really. I was in Wisconsin. Was for football multiple times. Purdue, but you were in a hotel room. You played and you left. So you really didn't experience shit. Really, experience a fucking crazy ass crowds. But that's a whole different other shenanigans. But like just exploring the nature and all in there.
Kuz and Afam said that you got to go to Montana.
Ooh, yeah, Montana.
But you got to get like what I've been saying too is like it's getting to the point right now where you're just gonna come back down here.
Yeah, I was talking to Alan about this. I'm like, I'm actually the prime place would be like Southern Arizona,
Yeah.
New Mexico, which it might be a thing. You know what I really want to do?
But Southern Utah too is gonna be beautiful in the fall.
Yeah. So it might be a thing where this is all. And I wouldn't call it a practice run, but it's like go to places where you're comfortable and close in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Where you're kind of like, all right, cool. But then once springtime's coming, that's when like shit's gonna be amazing because you go up north, you go East Coast and stuff. I got friends like in Pennsylvania and Louisville and all. Like I want to go there. It's gonna be kind of weird with the fucking RV because the roads out there suck ass. But again, you'll figure it out.
You
right?
figure it out.
Or they can meet me like somewhere close to there.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Kuz was saying, Montana's dope.
Estes Park,
New Orleans,
French Quarter,
Colorado, Estes Park. Oh yeah,
Globe is incredible. It's actually Globe actually isn't too bad in the fall. It's nice.
Yeah. Yuma.
Go to
Yuma.
Bisbee.
No, but I really want to go to Peñasco, Rocky Point
Okay.
for October. Do October in
Did
Rocky
you just
Point.
say that you're gonna get jacked driving your RV in Mexico?
I know, but Peñasco is different. I don't know why. I love Peñasco. So like Puerto Peñasco, like that's my fucking spot. But like stay in an RV park there for like 2 weeks on the beach when it's 75, 80 degrees in October, and that water's like nice. Like I'm not mad at that. So Cali's cool, but Cali has some nasty ass water. It's cold as fuck sometimes.
It is cold.
Yeah, and you can't do shit there. Like
I get in it.
it's not that cool. Like it's not that badass. Like it's not that good of a beach. Like it's a beach, cool thing around. But I want to be in the fucking water. So like that's the thing. Like I want to check out the Gulf Coast and do all stuff too because I've never been. Florida, I really want to go to Florida. Like that's gonna be a thing for sure. So we'll see.
Love the Peñasco idea.
Yeah, Kuz, what's up? It's an idea. globe is incredible.
Galveston.
Where's that at?
It's by Houston, isn't it?
Coos, where's that at?
I think it's by Houston.
Houston? Is it Houston? Texas. All right.
Yeah, by
I'm down.
Houston.
What's there, Coos? Is it just Purdy? Is there biking? Golf course. Golf clubs. Oh. Dude, I'm down. Shit.
Galveston Beach.
You know, I feel like Coos, I feel like you're going to kind of meet me up in a couple of spots, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure. So we got Galveston,
Oh, shit.
south of Houston towards Louisiana. Gulf Coast.
Dude, that's nice. Yeah, I'll fuck with that. Are you feeling this tequila at all? Or you haven't drank tequila in a while?
Dude, I'm definitely feeling it just because
Are you sipping on the good stuff?
I'm sipping on the good stuff and I'm sipping on the bad stuff. I'm definitely sipping on some stuff.
There's stuff being drank.
Yeah, this is
Tres amigos.
Tres Amigos.
Reposada?
Yeah,
Reposada. Yeah, Reposada is amazing sweet tequila.
It's
so good.
it requires nothing.
Yeah, exactly. That's
You
what we're
just
sipping
drink it and it's
So we got two types of tequila. There's like Tres Amigos, Reposada, aged, amazing, sweet. And then I got the Cazadores with Squirt. It's just good.
it's just good
stuff.
times.
Yeah,
It's relaxing.
it's relaxing.
So Kuziwa says, I say do Idaho to Montana after Vegas, then escape the snow coming back south. And if you come back down south, you could go through
Colorado.
Moab.
Oh,
You go through Moab down to Bryce Canyon and then like St. George and Zion. That's all right
Yeah.
there and then Page is right there.
mm-hmm.
I mean, that would be a good option because that's going to be nice all the way into like November.
Yeah, that's actually kind of the route I was thinking. Yeah, it's a good one. I think I might do that.
Idaho?
Idaho.
Idaho.
Potatoes. You should follow
So let's do
Appalachian Mountains. Hogan, when I'm not gonna do that now, man. That ain't Appalachians on the East Coast.
Yellowstone.
Ooh,
Ooh.
you got me googling pictures and shit. I'm
Alright,
gonna
let's see
be
this
in
real
Idaho
quick.
next month.
So Idaho. Look at that. You
Okay,
need to go to
okay.
that picture.
I want to go. Oh shit! Where's that picture at?
I don't know.
That one right there,
The 2020.
The second
Idaho
row
guy.
in the middle. Forrest Gump all day.
Let's go to
I
full
need to do
screen.
some like Forrest Gump status.
We found this is the travel guide for
Idaho.
Idaho.
Idaho. Dude, is this a presentation? Oh, it's actually
It's time for a playcation.
day. Idaho.
We've never met a
Never
stranger.
met. That's a hug. Hugging the message right there.
See, there's the Shoshone Falls. I think that's the Twin Falls
Oh,
that
what's that
the
bitch?
Aviator was talking about. Paddle boarding.
Paddle boarding, dog. That's gonna be me. Dude.
Boise. Let's see here. Wow. That doesn't suck.
Damn. Okay, Idaho is gonna be a thing for sure. Coos, I think Coos convinced the shit out of me when he made that.
I'm gonna have
trip.
to like bookmark this, bro. This is a great site.
Yeah,
Are those hot springs?
those are hot springs. Damn,
No bullshit. You have to commit to
Idaho.
putting out content. Like you
Well,
have to.
Yeah, well, that's why I bought a drone.
You bought a
I
drone.
bought a drone. I got my GoPro. I got my water camera. I need to get probably like a good content camera.
Yeah, like a vlogger type camera.
That one
like,
that
the
the
one
one.
we're talking. Maybe not. Like I could tell you're like because it's
No. But
I-
like, I'd rather go right the first time and spend some good coin than go wrong and go the cheaper route and regret it.
right.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it. I got a certain amount of money I put aside just for content creation, and I'm like, it's actually kind of worth it.
7 breathtaking places to view Idaho's spring wildflowers.
Bitch. I like flowers. I will go to flowers. Pacific Northwest.
So the camera that we were
Yeah.
looking at,
Which one was it?
it was the Sony,
Can you
the
throw it out
brand
there?
new
Can you throw it out
Sony A7C.
Can you do a Google search? Show the people.
Yeah.
Show the people. It's actually a very sexy camera.
It just came. It's not even out yet.
That's
It's coming out. It's based off of the A7 III, which is like one of the best digital full frame SLRs. But yeah, I mean, this thing is pretty dope because it's got a full frame sensor. It's got the flip out front screen. Here's for like
That sensor's
vlogging,
sick.
all that stuff. It has all the hot shoot options, so you can put on hot shoot mics.
Mm-hmm.
It's
As
a legit
screen,
camera.
Yeah, it's legit.
So perfect for like, it's compact. So if you throw it in a backpack, you can go out in the
Go
middle
riding,
of nowhere, go
yeah.
riding with it, pop it out, take some pictures.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta commit. Gotta commit. I'm gonna be pissed at you if you don't have a YouTube up, telling us about like the shit that's going on. And honestly, if you got in a spot and you got good Wi-Fi,
Yeah. Live it.
dude, I'll put you into the stream.
Oh,
We'll
yeah,
get
yeah.
updates.
Yeah.
You can tell us about what's been going on,
That could
the
be a
weird
thing.
ass shit that you've been getting into.
Mm-hmm.
You know, share some of the socials because you'll have it set up by
Yeah,
then.
yeah, yeah.
You know, we're pulling you back in, man. We're gonna keep
I
in
like
touch.
This. I like this. I like this. Mel Aviator Pacific Northwest. That's true. So are you talking about like Oregon, Washington?
Dude, do you have a fishing rod?
No, I want to get one.
Oh,
I want
dude,
to
you gotta
fucking
get a
fish.
fucking fishing
I
rod.
gotta YouTube how to gut a fucking fish. And
You don't know how to gut a fish?
I never gutted a fucking fish, bro. I got fishing, but like it was at Rocky Point.
Okay.
We're wasted. We caught like 1 billion fish, and the compadre taking us out there was like filleting the shit out of it.
J-Ty.
Yo,
The Graham stories brought me. Oh, I forgot, dude. You're not on the Cheetos chat anymore.
Ah, god damn it, JT, I'm not bad,
Fuck.
dog.
I feel like I fucked up.
I feel
I
like
did-
I feel like JT needs to just get back on the Cheetos damn chat.
I know.
Cheetos, we miss you, dog. We miss you, bro.
This is gonna be awesome, dude.
I mean that's the point of this.
J-Ty, you missed so much good content, but I will say you can go back and watch the VOD. I'm gonna download this. I'm gonna put it up on YouTube, so you can go back and see what's going on. But damn, we had some good convo.
Yeah, we're not done yet though. We still. JT, do you have any questions, JT?
Yeah, J-Ty, what questions? So Joe talked about his family. He talked about growing up in Douglas. He talked about U of A football. He talked about friends, all kinds of stuff, family, like intention.
Do you recommend any intentions?
So what I would say is, have you thought about?
I'm putting up content.
Nice. I would say, like, do you have like a situation where like you're gonna pull the plug? Like, have you thought about like how committed am I to this, to where even if shit feels like it's going wrong and it's not fun, because there's probably
no, there is a high probability that shit's gonna go fucking weird. Cause like, one, if you guys don't know, like having an RV, shit goes wrong all the time. Apparently, like they're not built like a fucking car. Like they're not. There's the engineering there, but they're also like literally like staples and fucking plywood type of shit. So like, shit's gonna break down. So I have in my head or in my expectation, like I'm gonna have to fix some stuff or figure some stuff out. I got insurance on it, stuff like that. So I know that's gonna happen. The only fucking thing that I could see where like, it's gonna fuck me up is like if something happens to my parents or family.
Sure.
But that won't stop it. That's more like get a flight, get the fuck out there, and we'll figure the fuck out.
Yep.
Like it's a delay in the whole entire process, but it's not gonna finish it or stop it. So yeah, I don't know. And then like potentially mechanical shit. Truck might fucking break down, stuff like that. I might actually get a 2500 as we were talking about earlier, just because like, I feel like that motherfucker will like. My truck does a great job.
So this is
El Gato does a great job pulling this motherfucker. This thing is actually, it's pretty big. When you see it in person, I'm like, oh, it's actually not small. And it pulls it great. But again, a Ram 2500 diesel will like it will be a cakewalk, and gas and all that stuff will be a big thing. But again, you gotta start with what you have and go from there. If not, you're not gonna go do shit. So it's like just go with it, figure it out. And my boy NS hopefully can help me out with that and some other peeps. So, but yeah, I never thought of that. You literally just popped into my head. But
Yeah.
as you said it, there's nothing that really says like stop and do it. Like if I had a kid and a wife, maybe that would be a thing, but I don't. So that's a bonus right now.
Yeah.
What would you think of something being like
I don't know. That's why, like, because I'll tell you a quick story. So I had
a pandemic?
I had a buddy in high school, who just decided, like, after high school and stuff, at one point he was gonna move to India.
Yeah.
And I don't even know like the whole story behind it. He just like I'm gonna move to India, and he's gonna write. He's like had all these goals. Like he was gonna do this stuff. And I don't remember the whole story around this, but he went to India, and then he basically just got on like a flight back.
Really?
Like in like no time at all.
The smell was like, oh, I gotta go.
He
right?
just could, for whatever reason, he got out there and he went by himself. So doesn't know the language. He didn't really set himself up for success. But
see, that's yeah.
But probably a bad example. But it's just one of those things where, again, I was just kind of alluding to the fact that at some point it's gonna suck. Like you might get lonely. You might have
I can see that. So my biggest fears
because you're a social ass dude.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Yeah, but I've also like this whole COVID thing isn't. Again, I'm in a different ship in a boat than most people are.
Mm-hmm.
I got a job. I can work remote. I'm doing okay. I had a house by myself. I had everything set up. I've been physically active road biking, stuff like that, with Coos and some other people and stuff like that. I mean, mountain biking, and so I had a gym in my house. Like I was doing okay. So like, but there's that element of loneliness being like solo, also being like literally breaking up with the girl I thought I was gonna fucking like spend the rest of the time with at the beginning of fucking COVID. So it was like a really weird time.
That was a bad time.
That was a fucking shitty time. But it was also like, fuck it. Like I'm actually somewhat of an introvert, and I have actually always been in my life if I actually look back at it. But I also get a lot of energy from being with friends and chilling. But you'll notice like sometimes like we kind of chill like that, and then I'll just go somewhere else and just chill by myself. Like I had to get recharge, and I know that about myself. Like I get a lot of energy, and I get a lot of satisfaction by chilling with friends and family and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then some shit my mom pointed out, it was fucking hilarious. This whole week when I was up there with them, she's like, "You've been by yourself a lot last couple of years, right?" I'm like, "What made you say that?" She's like, "You just like started doing your tasks and your projects, and you just fucking went. You were like focused and didn't let shit." Like my older brother came and his wife came, and I haven't seen him forever.
Yeah.
And I had a goal of getting this AC thing installed in my RV that helps with the energy levels and spikes. Mm-hmm. And the goal was like, I'm starting this at fucking like 10 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going to get it fucking done and this and stuff. That was my goal. So they came like at 9:45 or 9:50, and they didn't tell nobody. They just showed up, which is cool. It was awesome, like it's family, right? Mm-hmm. But I was like, I'm not going to fucking change my whole plan just because you guys show up. And me and my older brother have a history, so it's another thing too. It's a little different too. Like it was probably somebody else had been like totally stopped it, but I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go do my shit. But it was funny. My mom like later on, like 2 days later, my dad too like pointed out that shit too. He's like, you're used to just being by yourself and getting shit done. I was like, yeah, like usually like at home, I had to move something big or do some projects. I had to get very creative on how to just get it done by myself and pick it up myself or leverage this certain mechanical whatever, put a thing under here and do this and that, and just figure it out by myself. Like I can't depend on anybody else just because, again, single dude, no kids. I know I can reach out to my friends, and I have, but I also don't want to inconvenience you guys ever because I feel like I just want to waste you guys' time or energy.
Yeah.
But like usually I'm always like, I'll figure it out by myself somehow. Like it's not, he's got to get. If I can't figure it out, that just means I'm not creative enough or thought a creative solution enough to actually get it done. there's always a solution. You can probably figure it out by yourself. It's easier with friends or tools that you have, but usually, like, you get creative. You can probably get it done by yourself. But my mom called me out on it. And I was like, at first I was offended, but then a second I was like, oh yeah, that kind of makes sense. Why?
Yeah.
All right, cool. But then I was like, we're putting airbags in my back of my truck and the back shocks.
Mm-hmm.
And I was basically just getting shit done. And my dad was there, like, wanting to help me out. Like, my dad wanted to be part of the process. And at the beginning, I was just like getting shit done, doing this, unscrewing here, taking the tire off. And then my dad was just kind of just sitting there, and I saw him like, oh shit, he wants to be part of this. I was like, oh fuck, okay. So I started giving him tasks and helping me out, and actually was way easier because he was there. But he was like, you kind of just do shit on your own, just go at it. I was like, yeah, it's kind of how I've always been. Even when I was a kid, I think. But it's funny hearing my mom and dad point it out to me. I'm like, oh, yeah, I kind of done just get stuff done myself. But I've also learned to see your audience and the people around you, but like, oh, they actually want to help. Oh shit, get them involved. All right, cool. And then like jump in and get them involved.
I spent a lot of time growing up by myself. I'm the youngest by a pretty big margin. And I've lived on the other side of town, so I didn't have any neighbors that like I hung out with or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I've never lived by myself. Right?
You said you've always had roommates.
I've always had roommates, yeah. So like, I moved out of my house, moved to the U of A campus, always had roommates at U of A.
Yeah.
Then I moved U of A in with my brother and another one of our friends.
Yep.
And then Carmen moved up here.
Yep.
And we never lived apart. So as soon as she moved up here, she moved in here with me.
Yeah.
Moved in with me. So
you lovebirds.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on, guys. Wait, side story. These guys are the cutest fucking couple. How long have you guys been married?
Get the fuck out.
No, how long have you been married? Carmen.
14.
Jump in there.
14 years.
Is he right? Fact check.
14
years. But you've been dating
20 years.
God damn. So okay. So as I've noticed it before, but I really noticed it this couple of days. These guys are so fucking cute. Like, they literally would be like flirting and joking around, and I don't think they even know they're doing it. That's the other thing too. It's kind of funny. But like, they'll be flirting and talking to each other and just joking around. I'm like, these fucking people are just all fucking goo-eyed over each other. And it's 20 years later. So I admire that about you guys itself. And it gives me hope, right? As a hopefully someday have a partner. But it's cute as shit that they're always... There was one time we were in your car in your Prius.
It was the Prius.
A Prius, right? And Carmen was calling. It was me and him in the car, right? I don't think Carmen didn't know I was there. And he answers the phone, and she answered like, was she like hi love, or I don't know what she said. What did she say? Oh my god!
It's like hey babe or something.
Yeah, it was like hey babe, but like in the most flirty, I want to take your pants off kind of way, but with all kinds of cariño in the background of it. And I was like, oh shit! And I called it out, and she's like, shut up. But like, that's the energy you guys put out there all the time. So I'm saying, like, as a third party person seeing it, like, it's kind of cool to see you guys still have that flirtiness and the conversations we've had before when we work out and stuff.
Yeah.
So a lot of times we go work out and we like literally just talk for fucking hours. But like, you care about investing in her and vice versa, and you guys actually work at dating each other and talking and building that relationship, even though it's 20 years fucking later. There's a lot of couples that, like, I think would be like, fucking is what it is, like, fuck, I fucking love you, eh? And that's it. But you guys actually are like still cute as shit and doing all your stuff, and you guys do it. Trust me, it's cute. So it's a cool thing.
Well, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I don't get, like, people don't usually, I mean, especially with COVID, right? Who the fuck's coming over? And even then, like, we haven't been entertaining a lot of people.
No,
or like having folks
is.
over. I mean, but even before COVID, I mean, it's like you have kids, you kind of just get into the routines. It's like carving out time to like have people come over for dinner, spend time talking, spend time. Yeah. Because even like when we went up to Flag a couple weeks ago with Kuzi and the crew. just spending the time or
Okay.
having some time to just sit across from somebody and talk
Right.
was like,
what is
what
this?
the fuck? Like, it was amazing, dude. And it really made me feel how deprived we have all been of that and how
Yeah.
important it really is.
Well, yeah,
And-
end of
and-
the day, we're like human. We're like animals. We're social creatures,
Dude,
dude.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
We don't hibernate.
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah. It's
So
crazy.
it was really nice to just get some FaceTime with folks
people.
and just talk,
Humans.
man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I went back to I gotta admit, man, I went back to work that next Monday, right? Because
Uh-huh. We came back
took a-
Sunday, right?
we came back Sunday, and I went back to work that next Monday, and I hadn't felt that good on a Monday,
In a while.
and like, I can't, it was
Yeah.
just like, oh, I actually feel kind of like
Energized,
recharged,
ready to go. Yep.
you know.
Yep.
So it was good. That was a good break. Lil Dean said, our wedding was legit. Our wedding was legit.
Dude,
So-
the story told me, it was like, tell me the story. It was like,
So
pretty dope.
here's what's cool is Dean was in my wedding. So
Was he a little mocoso? Like a little...
bro, he was Rio's age. So
Dude.
I have a picture of Little Dean and me back to back, like we posed together. I'll see if
Yeah.
I'll start looking for it, but yeah, bro,
That was 20 years ago. That was,
it was 20 years
yeah,
ago.
it was, yeah.
20 years ago. Hold on.
Little baby Dean.
Little LBD.
What conversate? The
I don't think it's
I'm
gonna
not
be in here.
live. I'm delayed.
Now my wedding was pretty cool.
Carmen, do you hear us on the other room? And then like there's a delay.
I'll tell a
Well,
little
yeah,
bit.
tell the story. Tell the
so
story. Get the high level.
We got married in my hometown, so the church I grew up going to, and we actually started. We're the first like big wedding at this location that actually is a wedding venue now.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it
Started
was
off
a bed it was a bed and breakfast called Dream Manor Inn. It's like right outside of Globe. Like if you're on the way to Sholo or Greer or like through the Res Salt River Canyon up to Sunrise.
Yeah.
You pass it on like you go on that road. It's like on a mountain to the right, like right outside of Globe. So they had like an outdoor like setup, all the tables and chairs. It was pretty nice, classy.
Yeah.
But the sky was like this deep bluish purple from like this massive storm cloud, right?
Really?
And so we have the ceremony. We take pictures, and we're getting ready for the reception to kick off, and the wind starts to kind of pick up a little bit, and you
Yeah.
can just see the sky's like angry, and everything's outside, so there's no like
Yeah.
and so yeah, it's right during our first dance.
Wait, so like you also had like challenge with the flowers and other stuff, right? Just to
Oh,
set
dude,
all it up.
yeah.
Like you guys like made magic happen.
We did, yeah, we did.
You guys were like really
Because we
creative.
did like a super budget wedding, bro. There
Yeah.
was no wedding planner or anything like that. Like like Carmen did a bunch of research. We ordered flowers online, had them delivered, and they put together like all the bouquets and everything the night before. But it was a whole situation. But during our first dance, like right after dinner, it started raining.
What?
Yeah, like straight up raining, and
Like a goddamn movie.
yeah, and so we in our first dance was Shelter by Ray LaMontagne. So like the whole idea is being sheltered from a storm, which was pretty cool.
You're like, oh.
But we tore everything down and moved everybody into so like it's a bed and breakfast, so there's like a big open area below a pool that was grass where we had all the tables and chairs and everything set up in the dance floor, and we moved everybody into this awning that was like a garage, like a
Yeah,
like a
like a
carport,
legit-
a
yeah.
covered carport. And I'm not doing a good job of explaining it, but it's like a mansion and this is like a multiple car garage carport thing.
Yeah.
Open to the outside, and it's just pouring down rain, dude. And so the DJ resets back up in the garage, and we had kegs, and I had bought cases of wine. It just turned into a straight up garage party.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And so Carmen had gotten one of her friends did like chocolate fountains, so we had a chocolate fountain there, and everybody was just shit faced in this garage party, dancing it up, man. Yeah. And it's just raining. It was really, really fun wedding.
Because that's a good sign, right? When it rains.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dean said, I remember dancing in the garage thing.
Yeah.
But, like, by the end of the night, like, if you look at pictures from like, we had put Polaroid cameras, not Polaroid, sorry, like, disposable cameras on everybody's tables.
Yeah.
And, like, as the night went on, it's just, like, pictures of people with, like, bottles in their hands. Because I had bought so much wine.
You're like,
cases of wine that everybody was just drinking straight from bottles. It was hilarious, man.
That's good. That's a dope.
It was fun, man. We because we had like rented out the whole place, like the whole bed and breakfast was just my family.
Oh. So like even after the party,
yeah, as like the party wound down, it was like 3:00 in the morning. Everyone's just sitting out there all fucking
pebbles.
Just all my cousins and brothers, and everyone's just like saying I love you,
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a great wedding, man. I was really hungover.
What year was that?
2006.
God.
So I was super hungover.
I bet you.
The night before, like my bachelor party happened weeks before my wedding.
Uh-huh.
But the night before the wedding, we're in my hometown. I had one of my college buddies, one of my fraternity brothers was there. Basically my three closest friends, my brother, and we went out to this biker bar in Globe.
Good old Globe.
I started running into a bunch of people I know.
Yeah.
Because I'm.
Oh, you get married.
Yeah, I'm 24. Every bunch of my friends that just never left the town were there, and this led to I think this is actually one of the reasons why my wedding is one of the most. Everyone crashed my wedding.
They just came.
People just fucking showed up, dude.
But I saw you at the bar yesterday. I'm gonna come by.
And so, yeah, that's basically what happened. But like we're at the bars, people were buying shots. Oh, I haven't seen this dude forever, and just like throwing drinks at us. And then we bar hopped through Globe, and I woke up. Oh, and then one of my boys was like, he's a couple years older. He was getting close to 30. He was feeling like he wanted to find somebody. Yeah. So he had one of those drunk conversations that went until like 4 a.m.
Oh my God.
And finally I had to be like, bro, I love you, but you're not gonna find the woman of your dreams right now. Like,
not tonight.
We gotta go to bed, bro. I gotta get married like in a few hours. And so I got up in the morning. And my head was just like fucking throbbing.
Oh, you're saying you were hungover for your wedding?
My wedding.
I think I meant after the wedding.
My wedding,
the next
bro.
Day.
But it was a bread and breakfast, so they had this whole breakfast spread. Yeah. And my buddy Daniel, Deuce, if you're on here, he's a fellow streamer. He was there. He was in my wedding as well, and we sat next to each other, shoving our face with the spread, this crazy spread of like fruit and pancakes and eggs. And just so crudo, man. And then it was September, and I jumped in the pool in Globe. It's significantly cooler in Globe than it is here. And just to get my body to snap, I needed adrenaline because I was in trouble, dude. Trouble.
Carmen, did you notice that? Did you notice?
By the time I made it to the church, the adrenaline kicked in.
Yeah.
You're about to get married, and so at that point everything started to kind of like my body started to regulate.
Step it up.
But
still epic wedding.
That's the shit you do when you get married when you're young, though.
Yeah, it is.
Like fucking people when they're 38 getting married, they ain't doing that.
Nah, like,
that's just not happening.
We're gonna have some coffee.
Yeah.
We're gonna chill.
Guys, I'm trying to get some sleep.
Let's do some yoga.
It's 11:30. It's time to shut it down.
Tell the strippers to go home.
I mean, I do have to say though, when we went to Perg, we stayed up pretty late.
Yeah, no, it was. Yeah,
we were vibing out on the patio.
Dude, I was working the first fucking night.
I remember that. You missed out on that,
did
man.
Miss out on the flowing. But it was no. Other than that, that first night was weird, but it was epic. I ate shit. I think no bullshit. I still have nerve damage in my back right now because of that. I have some weird. You know when I ate
from eating shit?
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh my god, I had a gnarly bruise. I ate shit. It was amazing. So much fun.
That was in February, right?
Yes.
February 2020.
2020. It was 2020, huh? There was fun in 2020.
Oh, dude, get ready.
Let's put it up there. Oh.
That's the ski bike.
Yes, ski bike life. That's when you became a professional ski biker, bro.
I can not fall.
Bro, you were killing it.
That's a fun setup.
Yeah, I think like they do it right there, right? Because your experience was like they actually
You have to go through a class.
Yeah, where you did it in another location, and it kind of was like, here's a ski, you figure it out. Where this one was more.
Morning, everybody.
Make it big.
Two,
Can you make it bigger?
Third actual waking day of us here at Purgatory. We had opportunity here to allow me to take over the drill cam just for the breakfast portion. So we're gonna do a quick flyover and show you kind of how fellas can get down. It ain't just like a bachelor pad like you might think. Here we go. Hit him with that slow mo.
Coffee. We had.
This is how you do it up in your 30s, bro.
Yeah, ain't no pinchy like cereal
yeah.
Or even
although
like,
we did eat the shit out of some cereal.
We did some fucking cereal. But it was at night.
What was the kashi? Was it kashi?
I didn't fucking know. Hey, J-Ty, what the hell were you eating, man? Almond milk and kashi and.
More tortillas.
We're making tortillas. We're making breakfast burritos.
James.
Tiz was making some bomb ass coffee.
Zoom out. Whoa, on the gimbal.
Fucking James.
Just did a drill cam takeover for the morning.
Oh shit!
Dude, that view. That view was sick.
Almond special K.
Almond special K. There you go, J-Ty.
Morning, everybody.
That was what was up, man. The almond special K.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, we gotta play this. This is what you missed out on right here.
Yeah, you guys are flowing. Yeah, that was it.
I love a fall right here, dude. This is the best.
Here goes.
That's classic. Those are good times, man.
Dude, it's a good time. 2020. That was actually 2020.
Yeah, that was like
That
the peak of 2020,
it went downhill. It was kind of it was crazy. Yeah, it was fun though.
So next summer 2021, I'm definitely going to, if I don't own an RV by then, I will definitely do the outdoorsy thing.
Yeah.
Got to meet up somewhere.
Yeah. 100%.
So we
spring or
gotta
summer.
find a spot though. You know,
Somewhere dope.
I'd like to get up to. I've never been to Yosemite. I know like you have to
Neither.
book it like way in advance. But I'd like to check that. Yeah, that was right before 2020 went to shit. Fucking little Dean almost died.
Was it Dean? Little Dean, was that 2020?
That was 2020, bro.
damn it.
That was right after that trip.
Oh,
Like right after we got back from that trip, like a couple weeks later.
Pinchy milk cows just taking over fucking roads.
Dude, 2020.
It's been a
Get
motherfucker,
out
bro.
of here.
Hey, but little Dean, I'm glad you're okay though. Glad
Yeah,
you're okay.
me too.
Scared the shit
So yeah, we gotta find a spot.
Yeah, find a spot.
We'll
meet
drive
up.
up there.
Mhm.
We'll do some camping. Yeah, J-Ty. You don't know, but Dro sold his house, got rid of all of his shit, consolidated into an RV, and he's gonna be hitting the road here pretty soon. Let me bring up the RV because J-Ty's not on Cheetos, so we have to.
You gotta put. Can I get you back on Cheetos, please? I feel like you need to be on there. But show him that the casita home.
Getting a look-see into the new casa. He ain't exactly roughing it.
It's roughing it.
By the way, J-Ty, those chairs are heated. They got vibration.
Look-see into the new.
They got LED lighting, recline. It's like nicer than anything I got in my house.
It's not bad.
He ain't exactly roughing it.
You got the outside picture?
It's roughing it.
You got a pic of the outside?
Oh yeah. Let me bring that up real quick. This is what the outside looks like. It's got the bikes.
That bike rack is clutch. Yeah, so that's the casa. That's in front of.
Dean said he needs the link for that trailer.
Oh yeah, I got you, Dean. It's the grand design. Those
It was.
like
I walked in on him working and eating some Mickey D's.
Oh yeah. The roommate, he came in.
Yep. It's got a full shower. It's got this. I mean, it's.
Yeah, shower.
It's hooked up, bro.
It got a full size, not full size, but pretty big size refrigerator and freezer, shower, bathroom. It has a pop out, so like when you're driving, you actually put it in. So if you see out there, it's a pop out right there. So that actually compresses in when you're driving and stuff like that. But when you're in there and you pop it out, like it gives you like an additional 4 feet or 3 feet.
Yeah.
It's like it makes a big difference. So it's pretty cool. I mean, it's nice. And I got normally when you get RVs, you get 20-pound propane tanks, 2 of them. I got 2 30 ones just because I have 2 Honda 2200 generators, but also got a converter kit for propane. So big thing with gas and propane, like gas rots, it gets old.
Yeah.
So like
You only get like 30 or 45 days or something.
yeah, exactly, if that.
Yeah.
Right. So like with propane never gets old. Like it never rots. It never gets old. So like, and also it burns cleaner, it doesn't smell, all kind of stuff. So like the propane kit actually helps out quite a bit. And so there's an AC on this too as well, right?
And it's cold in there.
It's cool. I got it cold, bro. I fucking love cold place. So like it makes a big difference. So like with 1 gen, so there's a so if you guys know anything about ACs, like when you turn them on and just the fans on,
Yeah.
it pulls like certain amperage. It's really chill, whatever. But then once your AC pumps on, there's a compressor that pops up, and there's like a huge power surge that happens. So it's a huge spike all of a sudden, right? So it's like a punch in the face. So I bought this thing called a Soft Start that is basically like a mini computer that is set up within your AC and actually slowly ramps up to versus a punch in the face. It's kind of like a smooth, chill hug.
Yeah.
And the amperage is not huge, and your circuits don't pop, and all kinds of crazy shit that happens. So technically, I can run my AC off of 1 Honda generator, a 2200, but it's going like red line, full balls out type of deal. And so you only get like 3 or 4 hours, if that, with a full tank of gas on it. So I kind of just figure, fuck it, bite the bullet, buy a second one, and you can kind of pour them together and get a combination of 4400 volts. And with that, it's running like super chill, normal, and you get like literally like 3 or 4 times more hours off it, just because you're running at a really slow RPM and you're conserving gas and propane, stuff like that. So again, gotta test it out. Gotta see what's up. But part of the planning is like go travel places where it's like 70 degrees, 75 degrees. You know,
Don't turn on the AC.
Don't even turn on the AC. Open the windows.
You could probably just, if you just need your computers, you could probably just run off battery, right?
Exactly. So like the battery, I only have 1 battery, so I want to get like 2 or 3 more batteries. And again, there's different types of batteries. There's like literally like what Teslas has lithium batteries that like last forever, but are expensive as fuck. But again, worth the investment if you can do that. And you can get solar or get a solar panel they can put outside
Yeah.
and help charge it. So I think I'm going to do a combination of both is
Yeah.
hopefully get some lithium batteries along with one big solar panel they can put outside
Yeah.
to help regenerate it and stuff like that. So again, just kind of feeling it out, see what I really need and stuff like that, because as you guys saw with I have like 3 screens and stuff like that. So I'm like, it's going to pull some energy. So I got to make sure I'm good to go. But yeah.
What I'd like to do is like do something like this with the Forerunner.
Uh-huh.
So they have like they're like this kind of thing. So you have like your storage, you have a kitchen, you have power,
Pop-up, yes.
and then it pops out to like a tent. It's got like all the shit you need.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about these is, one, they're light. They can be pulled by a small SUV or like a mid-sized SUV or like
And
so
the
like
suspension on those are amazing.
and you
That's
can
the beauty about it.
you can overland with them. So you can
Yes.
actually go on 4x4 roads with
Mhm.
those things, and the suspension will just fucking eat all
It's
that up.
independent, right? Independent suspension.
Exactly, and you can get into areas in boondock because it also has water tanks. It's got like a little thing that you can an attachment for like
Little
a
shower.
little shower.
Yeah.
But if you're
Sink,
like,
kitchen.
I don't have the time to go be like, I'm gonna peace out for a month. It just doesn't
Yeah.
exist. So Rio. You're gonna pull my bag off, and we got a kid
We got a
alert.
munchkin. We got a munchkin. Rio.
But what was I saying? Oh.
About your pop-up.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be gone for forever.
No,
like
you
so
want
to
like
do
a
like a
weekend.
4 or
Yeah.
5 day like go off a 4x4 road somewhere and try to get remote.
Yeah.
Like here in Arizona. Like
And then just like having that ability to go 4x4 in a remote area is going to allow you to have so many more options. Because that's a big pain in the ass, is not having that option to be able to go 4x4.
yeah, and you're not really. It's not really like, when we go camping now, it's a pain. Like I gotta like unload everything. Like
Mhm.
you have to set it. You have to spike a tent to the ground and like the whole.
Yeah. This is like literally like. I
And this
pop
has
up.
like a kitchen right in it.
Yeah.
A water tank right in it. You
Yeah.
got your power, propane, like everything you need. You just
It makes a huge difference. The
get
convenience factor.
out there and fucking chill.
Yep.
Dean, I took you camping when you were young, right? Like you've been camping with me.
Dean did he really?
Yeah, man. I got pictures of him. It was funny, bro. So little Dean was like, he was a funny kid, but we were eating. We were making burgers.
I'm gonna take a bio break.
Oh, bio break. I'll tell you. Yeah, he said he caught his first fish with me.
With you?
Yeah. First fish. I'll be right back. Mr. Pedro over here is. Yeah. The kids are having like a slumber party night. They're watching Toy Story. So they want like the love sack thing from in here. Best frozen burgers ever. Dude, that's the story I was gonna tell. So he's like, how old are you? 8 or 9 years old maybe? He was throwing down burgers like before everybody got one, he was like pulling his second burger down. Link to what, Mal? The turtleback trailer? They actually made here, the turtleback trailers are made in Chandler, Arizona. Close to where we live. I'm gonna have to pick up one of those, man. Didn't you just go camping soon or recently? Oh yeah, you went hunting, right? Did you have any success? Peppa, out. Did Dustin get anything? I was talking to Dean. Oh, you're only up there for one day.
Well, that's cool, the chat. You can just put it front and center.
Passed about a few spikes. You can't hear anything?
No. Oh, I can now. I pulled out a little bit.
You pulled out.
Not
You're
bad.
playing just a tip?
Just a game. It's totally different. But yeah.
It's good shit. Yeah, little Dean caught his first fish with me.
Oh, get cute.
Ah, get cute. Yeah, turtleback trailers. So if you check these out, they're pretty dope. The other one was, gosh,
Remember that one we saw?
Yeah,
Like
it's
that
black.
one spot, that K6 combat. That thing was amazing.
Gosh, what was the name of the trailer?
I couldn't tell you. I
Diamond.
think I took a picture of it.
Gosh, what was the name? Anyway, it was a pretty dope little pop up. Similar to this, it has a kitchen that pulls out. Pretty dope suspension. So.
But yeah, with your rig, like it'll be a perfect little setup for you.
Oh yeah,
Let's
for
do that.
sure.
But I guess back to the story of like we got to meet up somehow, some way. Either you drive, fly, whatever, depending on the situation, right?
Yeah.
Again, like I foresee a situation where go to Vegas, then Utah, Montana, Idaho,
Yep.
all that stuff, then head back south.
Yep.
Like, hit up north as far as I can.
Be down here for a few months and then go
Yeah.
back out.
And again, weather's gonna dictate all that shit, right?
Yep.
So I think that's kind of like the route that I will be taking.
And then you're gonna have a bunch of lessons learned.
Yeah.
So come back, optimize.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, I should have done this or this and that. So, yeah, we'll see. See what happens. But it's kind of the goal. Head north. I really want to go to Oregon and want to go to Washington, but like, it literally is up in flames, and that's not the smartest thing to do.
Yeah, this is
So,
probably isn't the time.
Yeah, Oregon would have been beautiful.
Olivier offered to fly me, so
Boom.
we're in.
There you go.
We're in like
Olivia,
flame.
hey, you got to join us too, bro. You can't just fly him. You got to come by and have some tequila with us.
Absolutely. I got a little bit of this tequila left. Well, cheers.
Salud. Ah, nice.
Well, we've been on for 2 hours and 22 minutes.
No way.
Yeah.
Damn. It didn't seem that long.
No, it didn't.
And we have no food in us and just booze.
Just booze. Booze and acai bowl. Actually,
not
you didn't
even.
even-
I took like 2. Did you eat it already?
I ate half of mine.
You son of a. I didn't.
You motorboat and son of a bitch.
Son of a. Skydive.
Skydiving to the Kansas.
That would be dope. Jump off, fucker.
You don't know me, bro. I ain't jumping out of planes right now, man. That ain't my vibe. All right, man. You want to call it and get some dinner?
Yeah, man, I'm cool with that. I appreciate you doing this. So, like, give you a little background on what happened. Was it yesterday?
Yeah, it was yesterday.
So this guy, like, I was literally like, we had a perfect lunch hour together, where like, I was literally just chilling, eating a McDonald's damn McMuffin or some shit that I had from the day before, and it was in between meetings at work, and he just jumps in. He's like, knocks on the door and jumps in. He's like, dude, I have an idea. We should podcast this shit, put it on Twitch, do this. And I was like, fuck yeah. But now in my head, I was like, yeah, cool, whatever. But then like you were super excited, like super young. Like then I got more hyped up. Like, yeah, we gotta fucking do this.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
I knew this was gonna be fun.
Yeah, but then you also did a great job of saying like we need to put it on the ether. Just say it's gonna be 7:00 Saturday.
Yeah.
And that's gonna cause us to like step it up and like set this all up and figure it out and just do it. Because if it's gonna be like, all right, let's do it eventually. Like it's never gonna.
Yeah, and part of this too is me telling you that just get your rips in and get to. I'm trying to do the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
I'd love to be more consistent with the stream game, getting Rio involved.
Yeah.
You know, Butters and Team Money, gaming crew. But I love doing this kind of stuff too. So I kind of want to develop this channel a little bit to have some of this type of content.
Yeah.
You know, getting some interesting interviews on here. I know like a farm runs NPO, great foundation.
Dude, exactly.
You know, we got some interesting
Dude,
people
I tell a shit
group,
I brag about this all the time about my. So I got different groups of friends in different areas, right? Like I got the Cheetos group of.
You got the Rat Pack.
With the Rat Pack, and I got people from Douglas. I got people from all over the place. So I got different pockets of different groups of friends that like, no bullshit. Like on my Tinder, I literally put that like I got some of the coolest fucking friends. So that's part of the value I bring into this fucking shit, right? But I've talked to and dated some people and this and that where like they fucking have no friends and they're not cool with them, or like they're just fucking weird and lame. But I can honestly say that like our group of friends have a crazy background. We are the fucking UN of friend groups, and very diverse in many elements, right? From the Cheetos to the Rat Pack to all stuff like that.
No doubt.
And it's funny, like I honestly think if I got all my different groups of friends in a big ass convention center, we all vibe. We all just fucking have a good time, bullshit, have a good time. Like overall, it's either like
I haven't met any of the people that you like through all the times that we've hung out and gone to tailgates and you know, just done different stuff. I've never run into anybody that
I don't like, or that I'm like
that I don't get along with like immediately.
Yeah. And then part of the issue is like I got friends like Alan, where like this motherfucker's the mayor of wherever the fuck he's at. Like you go to his hospital where Rick's at, this guy knows everybody. And then like different groups of friends like that too, right? Where, you know, we just very, very social, very open-minded to meet other people, and it's actually a cool thing. So
I found it.
what'd you find?
That pop-up camper.
Oh shit! Put it up.
The Black Diamond Dominator.
The hotness.
So
yes.
yeah. So
yes, the black series.
Yep. So it's got all 4-wheel drive suspension. You have your water, your power, your kitchen, like everything you need, and it pops up into a pop-up tent like this. Freaking dope.
It's beautiful, dude.
It's perfect for and there's two full-size beds in there.
Yeah, that's insane, huh?
Yeah.
And like when I've seen these online all the time, and we saw the RV, which was a beast.
It was twice as much as yours, by the way.
Yeah, and the
it's
thing,
nuts.
yeah, but the thing, you probably need a full-ton truck to pull that thing.
Oh yeah.
That thing's made out of steel and like unicorn.
Check this
shit.
out though. Check this out.
Look
Like
at
it's
that,
got that. You have like a little area that you can set up in front for when you just want to chill. You don't want to get mosquitoes up on your shit. See the kitchen? Look at the kitchen.
That's the game changer. The kitchen.
Yeah.
I focus on the suspension just because of the ride.
Yeah.
But that kitchen, remember? When we pulled it out, we're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was dope, man.
Yeah, it's nice.
So this could be an option for me. This is something that I'm definitely interested in picking up because my 4Runner can pull this as well.
Easily.
And and this will go anywhere that my 4Runner will pull it, right? So 4-wheel drive roads. Just get the hell out, man. Go back in the hills behind Sedona.
Mm-hmm. Because again, you're going. Again, first of all, you don't have any kind of 4Runner. First of all, this dude's 4Runner is pretty fucking legit. It's dope. You can go anywhere. So where you go? What lake was that? Horseshoe Lake.
Yeah.
So like we went on a little camping adventure and wanted to go to Bartlett Lake and camp on the shore there.
Yep.
But one, it was.
There's a bunch of stuff closed because of COVID.
Well, no. First of all, it was close because it was like 98% filled. Which
and it was flooded.
It doesn't normally happen.
Right.
Usually you're like at 70 or 80%. So there's a bunch of camping grounds that are open because the water level's down. But this shit was like at 90-some%, right? So they closed off all the camping grounds. So we got there and like there was nowhere to fucking camp. It was like just a day thing, barbecue time thing. So then we started going back to Phoenix and we're like, there's Horseshoe Lake.
It's just down. Keep going.
Keep going. It's like it's in between Bartlett and the main street.
There's a river. There's like a river up there upstream. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're like, fuck it, we'll go to Horseshoe Lake because like we're here, we're camped up. And I was pulling like a little
teardrop.
Right?
Yeah.
The suspension is not meant for off-roading, first of all. So we started going down this road and it was like paved. And then like maybe like half a mile in, dirt road. And it wasn't like maintained dirt road. It was like gnarly, just bumpy as shit.
Washboard.
It was bad. So then like I started literally driving like 5 miles per hour, if that. There's points where I was like literally just going, because again, I was renting this little teardrop from my friend, so I was like, I can't mess it up. And a house that has stuff in it, so I wanted to break. And so I was going like 5 miles per hour. So you were kind of following suit. We were both kind of staying together. It's getting late. We eventually got there. It took forever. It was chill. It was okay. It was chill.
I broke my toe.
You broke your toe. You hit a spike on
the railroad spike that we used to
for the tent
yeah.
down. But it was dope. We made food. We forgot to put garlic salt on the beans, but the ex called us out on that shit.
Yeah.
It was yeah. But like next day, I went paddleboarding on the lake. It was beautiful, like literally glass. It was amazing.
But I had to get my ass back to.
Yeah, you got to prove the payroll.
I had to prove time cards.
So our boy here is director at AAA, doing his thing. His boy's doing his thing here, but he had a responsibility. He had to go pay somebody, right? So he's like, dude, I gotta get out of here. I was like, fuck it, just go. I'm good. Like I was still packing up. We're almost done, but I was like, just go. In my head, I was like, on the way in, we were going 5 miles per hour. Or cool. So I start heading out, and this dude just guns it. I'm like, what the fuck? And just goes. I'm like, there's no way.
It took us like an hour to get in there.
Yeah.
Or more, and it took me like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
20 minutes to get out. I was going like 55 miles per hour.
But hold on. So like, me going 5 miles per hour, I felt like I was going to fucking earthquake, and I was like, the reason I stopped going so fast was because like my teeth were fucking falling off my damn mouth.
It was not a friendly.
It wasn't, but you changed your settings.
My 4-wheel drive, the suspension to like.
Whatever, and then you started just hauling.
It was
Even
awesome.
Carmen was like, "It was nice, it was chill." I was like, "God damn it,
Yeah.
I need that kind of vehicle." So
it is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely dig that 4Runner, man.
So again, combination of that 4Runner with that little trailer or that pop-up,
yeah,
you literally can like camp out where like 98% of the world can't. So therefore,
you can overlap.
Beautiful, clear places. Nobody's gonna fuck with you. It's gonna be it's like legit. It's a good place.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because like, you know, X, he loves being outside. He loves the outdoors. We have this dope ass telescope. I kind of want to just get into the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And set up the telescope and just check out.
And telescope.
Yeah, check out the stars. You know, planets and shit.
Dude, that's what. Going back to Douglas. Every night, bro, we go outside and just chill, and like I can see stars. It was fucking dope.
That's
like,
the one thing about living in a city, dude.
You don't see no fucking stars.
You don't see
and
the stars.
I'm pretty sure you were the same way. I like as a kid, like I used to go to our roof and lay down on the roof and like look at the stars. It was fucking amazing.
Yep.
And like I can't see that shit.
It's
you
sad.
see star, but not stars.
Yeah, you see like, you know, most
The
of
big ones.
the brightest
Yeah, the big
stars.
ones, yeah.
But I mean the air quality too. So it's not just the light pollution, but the air quality is just not.
It's you
It's not the
see it.
same.
Yeah, it's different. I think it's that small town, like just seeing everything open wide and stuff. It was dope. Yeah. So when I went back to Douglas, that's the thing I noticed. Like, there's a lot of stars. It's pretty dope. So
Gotta get off the grid, man. Get out, get it back in touch with nature.
get up in the nature's. I still want to buy a bow.
Like a boat?
A bow.
Oh, a bow.
Bow. Start practicing that. Bow and a guitar. I feel like that feels.
Those are good hobbies.
I check all
Those
the
are good
manly
hobbies.
shit that you should do as a man, but also just like a cool fucking hobby.
Yeah, archery is great.
Yeah.
Very meditative.
Exactly.
It's a focus, and I don't know. I dig it.
Yeah.
I've been playing guitar for forever. So I mean, those are great hobbies to pick up for sure.
Yeah.
Like, even if you never hunt a day in your life, learning how to shoot a bow is just a fun thing to do.
Yeah, because it's a lot of like, you got to reevaluate your own processes and you go through the right checkpoints, stuff like that.
Yeah, because you got to get consistent.
You got to get consistent, but also like there's gonna be a lot of failures, and you got to correct. And have like check your if you want to get good, put your ego aside.
Well,
Because that's a big ego
modern
check.
bows though too. They're very forgiving. They're very easy to shoot. They're not really intimidating. The process of going, sighting at a bow and then like just trying to hit your target, and just going through the process of it. It's very like Zen.
Yeah, there's
It's
an
a
art
Zen-
to it. Yeah,
it's a very Zen.
meditated, kind of
yeah.
like, yeah.
But then like there's also like here in Arizona they have different like archery series competitions where you can shoot in a series of events and score against other archers and hunters in different classes. It's super fun, man.
Yeah.
They have like stump shoots and stuff like that.
That's
Like
dope.
fucking dude, I love archery, and then you can do it anywhere. So like you buy a like a cheap target and just take it out and with you.
See, yeah, Hogan went to you went to Japan. Yeah, he went to Japan for his honeymoon, and he
Kyoto?
saw some dope ass shit. Yeah, dude,
Speaking of Japan, I've been playing fucking Ghost of Tsushima.
dope.
Super dope. Yeah, very 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 cool.
Yeah,
Like Japanese culture is
bro.
amazing.
Yeah, like
Beautiful.
I think the what I am fascinated with them is like the attention to detail
Yeah, the discipline.
and the ownership of just doing it right and with quality.
He said we went 2 summers ago and again for 1 month.
Yeah. He's been a while.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So yeah, archery, guitar, super fun. Like, I think those are both good hobbies.
good
And
hobbies to
they
have.
travel well.
Yeah, exactly.
You
That's
know,
another thing
like-
is like I gotta fucking read because I fucking hate reading. I'm an audiobook guy, so I'm still gonna do that. I'm gonna kill the podcast and audiobooks just because like that's my happy place.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I need to like just get better at reading a book, and I got books on how to write. So that's another thing. I want to get better. So like, if you guys don't know me, my sentence structure and spelling and all that is fucking garbage. But I feel like I have good content and good things behind what I want to say, but it's sometimes like just being articulated and use the proper words and sentence structure and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Probably like the messaging I put out there is not the best. You know what I mean? So like one of my big goals is literally I think it's 6 books that have been recommended to me about just writing in general, sentence, really like fucking simple stuff like how to tackle and catch the ball type of shit, right?
Yeah.
Of writing. So I'm really, really excited about that for some reason. And Jay Ty, I'm gonna hit you up, and Tony, I'm gonna hit you up, and even Alan. Alan's actually a really good writer. And I'm gonna start writing, like literally like writing with pencil and paper. Because actually I journal every day. I do my 5-minute journal every fucking day and night. And I get a satisfaction of writing pen to paper, but also writing your thoughts down and stuff like that. But there's also a different element of like, I think there's a unique skill of being able to articulate your thoughts and feelings and get your message across, like Toastmaster type of shit, where if you want to influence around you, like you got to learn how to like get your ideas across.
Oh, for sure.
Or ask proper questions. Like I'm a big person about like I have literally a whole Google Doc of like hundreds of questions and that card game with like just asking really cool different questions, and it inspires more, right? But I'm like, I need to fucking do better in writing. Like I need to do
There's a annual writing like challenge that you can like where you try to write so many words in a month.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's like towards like writing a book, or it's just
It's like the Strava of writing.
kind of but it's it's like a annual writing thing. I can't remember the name of it though.
Mel Aviator had a good idea though. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Start a blog, yeah.
Yeah. Could it be I've written The Tipping Point. I love that book. That's a good book. That's actually a good idea. But you can actually like within your vlog, because I think vlogging is gonna be.
Well, if you vlog and you put that to YouTube, you could write a blog and then have your YouTube
connected to that.
in like you can feature your YouTube content on your blog.
Yeah. That might be a thing. It's gonna be fucking to shit in the beginning, but fuck it. Gotta go from there.
Hey, remember
disgusting.
just
Get the reps.
Just
Get
get
the
shit
reps.
out there.
Get the reps. Yeah.
Just start putting
You know
shit
what?
out, man.
One thing was like a crazy thing happened this weekend or this week when I was with my parents was like we had a bunch of random visitors stop by the house because I had the RV in front of the house in Douglas.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, I want to check it out." Some people just fucking came by, random people. But like people like my
That's
dad,
some small town shit right
yeah,
there.
yeah, some small, yeah. And my dad, barber downtown. So when we're growing up, right, like we used to do shit as kids, and my dad would be like, "So what happened Saturday?" And I'd be like, "Nothing." And then I'd be like, "Really? What about the boonies?" "Nothing." And we do like a fucking rager, those bananas. And I'll be like, so my dad will like know about shit before I did, right? So I got a tattoo on my fucking ankle when I was 13. So okay, hold on. This is a story.
Okay.
So, so when I hit sixth grade, I started hanging around with the wrong people and a bunch of cholos and wannabes and gangsters and shit.
Yeah.
And again, being young and dumb, right?
The Douglas Vatos.
The Douglas Vatos, right? Harbor City and was it EST and some other stupid gangs. It wasn't like real gangs. Like if you go to California, like
Just
so
small town bullshit.
Yeah, small town bullshit. Because I again, so dating my ex, the girl I dated before, like her dad was like in a real fucking gang. She told me some stories. I was like, yeah, we didn't do that bullshit. It was fucking not even close to that. So again, small town bullshit. So when I was 13, hung out with the wrong people. I got tattoos on my ankle. I got a cross, my initials PTL, and 3 dots, Mi Vida Loca, and acting like I was all gangster back then, right? But it's in my right ankle, and I fucking
3 dots.
Vida Loca, bro.
This fucking guy.
Yeah. So ended up, so it was like 3 months later, right? And we got this garage. So we have my parents' house at home, 4-bedroom, chill, nice big. Fucking heck, I have a big lot back there. But there's a separate garage in the property, so that's what all our shit's there, right? So my dad, it was a Sunday, so I was helping him pack some stuff, moving some things around, and so we were in the garage, and my dad's like, "Take off your shoe." I was like, "Why?" And so my tattoo's on my right ankle, right? So I was like, he keeps on pressing me on it. I'm like, all right. I was wearing these red Chucks, high top Chucks, red. So I take off my left shoe. He's like, no, take off your right shoe. Fuck. Take my right shoe. And if you guys know my dad, like he kind of looks like me. Like I look like him now.
Yeah, you definitely look like your dad.
Yeah, with beard and stuff. And this dude's like a short guy, but very intimidating when he gets fucking serious. So he's like, take off your right shoe. I'm like, fuck, take it off. So then, all right, cool. So take off your sock. So I take off my left sock. He's like, no, take off your right sock. And I was like, why? What the fuck? Why should you? He's like, take it off. I'm like, fuck. Take it off. So I got the tattoos, right? He's like, que chingon. Think you're a badass? And then, so I also started smoking back then. And it wasn't like legit smoking. Like you
fake.
smoke a cigarette,
Yeah, you're
inhale it,
you're just burning
it
them.
burns. No, it was like in your mouth playing with smoke kind of bullshit, right? Those Camels. So I had a pack of Camels, short Camels, the fat ones,
Yeah.
stashed away in the garage, right? So he pops them out. He's like, oh, what are these? He's like, I don't smoke Camels. He smoked like Marlboro Reds once in a while, but like whatever. So he was like, oh, so what the fuck are these? I was like, fuck. I was like, yeah, I smoke once in a while. He's like, oh, okay. Te crees chingón. Okay. So he made me smoke the fucking pack. But the first cigarette, I lit it up and I smoked it like I normally do. Like just smoke, blow it out. Didn't inhale, smoke, blow it. It was all show. It was all show. It was all Instagram life type of shit, right?
He made you inhale that shit,
Oh,
didn't he?
bro. The second one, he's like, you got to inhale. Like, what the hell are you doing? I was like, this is how I smoke my cigarettes. And he made me inhale that shit. And then made me smoke like 4 other fucking cigarettes. Dude, I felt like shit. I was like, ugh. So then I think he kind of noticed that I was like going to almost die. And he was like, go to the playroom. So we had a room in our house where it was like couch, TV, where we all just hang around, chill, whatever. So I fucking walked to the house, past my mom, and my mom looks at me and I just walk. Go to the playroom. Sitting there just fucking scared as shit. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking die. And then my dad comes in with like a bowl and a tray. A tray of like, it had alcohol, what's peroxide, limon, salt, and some other shit. Like vinegar, I think it was too, in a bowl. In the bowl on the side, right? So he started like mixing this concoction up. Oh, and a pumice rock.
Oh my
together.
God.
Put together, right?
I think I know where this is going.
He sat right next to me. All right, cool. He sat next to me. And then put your foot on my thigh. My fucking foot on my thigh. We're on the couch, right? He's right there. So my right foot, my right thigh. And then in my head I was like, don't be a bitch, don't cry, just suck it up. Because what he was gonna do, or we did, was put that concoction, or where the hell he Googled it when we had no internet back then.
He basically was making some.
He was making some brujeria,
some
brujeria, like fucking. This is what kills fucking tattoos, and just started putting on it and started scraping with the pumice rock. So I was just like, Marte un huevo, fucking suck it up. Like, you ain't gonna cry. Fuck, you ain't gonna cry. So like 5 minutes into this shit, I was fucking tearing up, but I was like, and
then my mom. Were they fresh tattoos?
No, it was like 2 months in.
Okay.
It was 2 months in. But yeah, it's still there. And my mom comes in. She's like, ¿Qué chingo? ¿Qué están haciendo? And my mom was like, yeah, go ahead. Didn't even flinch, bro. She's like, she understood. It's like, fuck it. That's cause and effect. But then after a while, I was like tearing up, like, but I wasn't crying, like bitching, but I was crying like tears of pain. And then my mom was like, yeah, está bien. So if anybody looks at my tattoo on my foot, they're like the T is faded because like the scraping, right, of it. But then what happened was I was grounded for like 8 months of my life. So this is like 6th grade, 7th grade year of my life.
Yeah.
Just trying to figure out who the fuck I was, making new friends. I was hanging out with some dumbass people, some big cholos and all that shit. So the only thing my parents ever let me do was like school activities and sports. That's it. Couldn't like go out and just fucking chill. Couldn't go out and go biking. So all I did was like I was in swimming, rollerblading. I was in every fucking sport possible because I was like, I need to get the fuck out of the house. So I ended up actually hanging out with my new set of friends. This is the theme, like friends, that were like the jocks and the really good athletes, but also like we were all like the honor students and all in the AP classes and shit. So like it's one of those things like people always tell me like my tattoo looks super ghetto and retarded, but I'm like, I can't give that up because that's like a sign, and it makes me remember of like that was actually kind of like a pivotal point in my life where like my parents like fucking did what they had to do. Yeah. But also like my new set of friends of like academic scholar athletes within a small group of town, right? Yeah. But like I started hanging with like a different crew, and we were like literally like the nerds, but also like just so happened to be really good at sports. So baseball, basketball, wrestling, and all that stuff, and football. Like we're again small town, but we actually like conference wise we're all Americans and shit. So it was kind of cool. Like shit kind of does happen for a reason sometimes. But
that's awesome. So, yeah.
The tattoos.
The tattoos.
Tattoos, bro. Vida loca.
That's some funny shit, dude. All right, man. I think we can call it.
It was a good night.
It was a good night.
Appreciate you doing this.
Yeah, man. It was fun. It was a good time. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us. Yeah. Contributing to chat.
Yeah, chat's been awesome.
Coming to good questions. We'll be talking to Pedro again some point in the near future. Yeah. We'll get you on the road, and then you can kind of come in, drop the socials, let us know like where you're at, what you're up to, what you've learned, and kind of check in with that nomad. You know what I'm saying?
Nomad Life, bro. Hey.
All right.
El Husky Unicorn.
El Husky Unicorn.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Have a good night.
Peace. Peace.